transition. Ooh, did you all see that beautiful transition on the live stream? It went from this. Look at that. Did you see that? That was amazing. Anyway, that's a thing for the streamers. But hello, everybody. You can't see me because I'm over here, and I'm not going to move my camera. Oh, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on.
We're still waiting for BABSCon.
Hello. Oh, that's fine. Oh, well, hopefully the URL happened. Hold on. We might be sharing the wrong URL here.
It works.
It works? Okay, good. It really?
Oh, the stream works.
Oh, that's what. Okay, that's all I care about. All right, cool. But does the URL that I sent out work? Hello, everybody. We're having some technical difficulties. For anyone who owns a Mac, we totally had a kernel panic. Does the URL that I shared end with like CILA, or is it a different one? Jeez, you guys, come on. Someone tell me.
Who's got Discord on their phone?
I got it. No, it does. It's the same URL. All right, that URL that I sent out, everyone share it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the BABSCon staff training meeting. If you're wondering, hey, is this like the mandatory meetings that we used to have every year up to now? Yes, it is. So the idea for this sort of live stream, if you're here listening and watching and you are BABStaff, or you want to be BABStaff, listen closely. We are going to be, instead of giving all the executive updates or whatever that we normally do, we're going to go and do like training. I know the furry community calls these zoo games, so we haven't really thought of a good name for this that's like ponified, so we're just going to call them zoo games.
Pony planning.
But what did you always say?
I said pony planning.
Pony planning? Ooh, that's... You've won. Okay, so we're going to do some pony planning. But, hold on, let me move the... I bet the mic is way close to me. So what we're going to do today is, instead of all the meeting stuff, we're going to do staff training. That's going to involve, like, what does staff do in certain emergencies? What sort of etiquette can you expect? Should you be doing from? Should staff be doing that attendees can expect from us? And all sorts of various odds and ends that you should know as staffers. This is the most important video you watch, so please, we're going to probably link this one or maybe the next one. There's going to be a couple of these mandatory meetings, but you only need to watch or be at one of them. So we'll probably find whichever one is better, and this is a great start already, but we'll probably find which one is better and then like give it to all staff. But if you are enjoying the meeting and you think this is really helpful, please, and you have staff that probably haven't seen this video, please spread it around. We will be linking this everywhere, but we need to make sure that all staff or the majority of staff see this video so that they know what to do or know what not to do while at BABSCon this year. Well, everyone's here. The live stream is here. If the live stream has any questions, please feel free to answer them. It looks like there's only maybe like a 10-second delay. That's pretty good. That's better than usual. I also found out that the hotel's Wi-Fi is like 20 megabits per second, which is pretty good for hotel Wi-Fi. It's definitely gotten better over the years. Before, like, live streams would be infeasible. So today for our main, thing, our main talker today is going to be Simon. And look at all these people that are here. Hold on, look at all these. Say hi. Hi, people. Look at that. What I like about this layout is that it makes it look like there's more people here. Anyway, so Simon's going to be doing most of the talking, but hopefully this is going to be a fun. This is going to be a fun audience participation sort of thing. Live streamers, you can totally participate at home. Yeah, please participate at home. And for people watching this later, participate also at home, and then you'll know if you got the right answer. And if you get 100% of the answers correct, then you feel free to tell us in the email chair@babscon.com and say, hey, I did 100% on this thing. I could be an executive staff, and I'll be like, yes. Yes, you can. And then we'll give you a position where you'll be in charge of a bunch of really important things. So that'll be great. Also, legit, if anyone here wants to be is anyone here not staff and is just here for the lulz? You know, you all hush now.
I am staff, and I'm here for the lulls.
All right, excellent. We're here for the chaos. All right, perfect. So if anyone at home is not staff and totally wants to be staff, or if anyone is staff and wants to rise above their station and do more, please let someone know. Let someone above you know so that we can promote you. It's hard to. We need more people in the higher ranks, and we would love to have you. Specifically you. No, not you. You. There we go. There you go. Now we want all of you. Don't worry. All right. I think that's enough at the beginning. Normally we would do things like, any big updates. I guess the biggest update we should talk about is the COVID-19 stuff. But are there any actual updates that we need to give out before we? Oh yeah, I see you have questions. Let's do it.
I mean, more like an announcement. I already said this to some people here, but there are some other people here, so let me repeat it. April 2nd, it is showtime. TFH is going off of beta and it is release build, which means, if I'm not mistaken, BABSCon is going to be the first release build tournament.
Nice.
Where the game is actually fully published. So
TFH is in them's fighting herds.
We are making history.
Excellent. BABSCon's making history.
Yeah.
Great announcement. That is exactly the kind of announcement that I want to hear. What up?
For those of you who don't know, the guidebook went live with our schedule and everything.
Yes.
Get the guidebook app, look up BABSCon 2020, and get your schedule, your autograph schedules, get everything ready, and favorite your panels that you want to see.
Exactly. Our vendors are in there. The mostly complete schedule is in there of events. Our comics and stuff are in there. By the way, we have comics. The first one's already up on the guidebook, but we'll be announcing it on social media soon. If you want to be the first to read what the story will be for BABSCon 2020, please download guidebook. You can go to babscon.com/guide. I think also guidebook works too. So please download it. I highly recommend downloading the app. There is a web version, but the web version I don't know if it actually saves your schedule. But with the app, if you link your Facebook or whatever, you can also see your friends and what their schedule is, which is super helpful when you're running a con. And also attending one. Yay. Cool. Those are great updates. Any other things that people want to say or promote before we start the zoo games? Monkeys. Excellent.
By the way, come to BABSCon.
What about ponies? Exactly. By the way, come to BABSCon.
Anyway, come
Ponies
back.
and
No.
monkeys.
By the way, come to
Yeah.
TrotCon. But by the way, come to BABSCon.
Whatever.
There's we gotta trademark. We gotta. What's the word? We gotta dip around the lawyers there. I'm sure TrotCon is all over that. So.
Don't mean
All right.
that.
So quick update about coronavirus, because I know everyone's asking us questions about that. Please go to r, like the letter r, .babscon.com/COVID-19, COVID 19, and you can read our statement. We put up a statement. We will be announcing that. I think we emailed people, but I know we didn't post it on Twitter. But we will do that because we should. But so it's been going out. We've been putting it out. The TLDR is no, BABSCon's not being canceled. No, we're not postponing it. Unless the government, of San Mateo County, tells us that we physically cannot do that, then we won't do that, obviously, and then we'll figure it out from there. We already have contingency plans for what if it does get canceled, what if it does get we already know what we're gonna do, but we don't anticipate having to do that. So please come to BABSCon. The best way to avoid getting coronavirus is to wash your hands, yo. On our statement at r.babscon.com/COVID-19. I'm sure it's just kind of on the website as its own blog post or something. We have links to all the CDC and the WHO websites. Not Dr. Who, but the World Health Organization. I'm sure maybe he's a part of that too, though. We have a FAQ style thing where it's hey, is BABSCon going to be canceled? No. What can I do to prevent coronavirus? Oh, wash your hands and do this and do that and do that. So we will have as much as possible Purell dispensers and stuff. We actually already have them. So I know right now a lot of places are out, but we're ahead of the game. We will be talking probably some stuff today about coronavirus safety measures and stuff like that. But if you're feeling sick or you're feeling the sniffles or whatever, please don't come to BABSCon. It's important that everyone stay safe, and safety is not just the job of staff, it is also the job of attendees and everyone involved. So please use your best judgment. If you have questions about your registration, email registration@babscon.com. We will handle things for you. And yeah, so r.babscon.com/COVID-19. I'm sure we'll also add some other ones like virus or something, or coronavirus. But please read that. We are going to continue, like, the best way to avoid coronavirus is to just wash your hands and don't, like, do weird things with.
Don't cough.
Anyway, yeah, don't cough on people. Like, no, don't do that. It's rule number one. There's call con-ops and then don't cough on people. That's rule number one. Rule number two.
You just heard the entire zoo.
Yeah, no, that's basically it. So TLDR, call con-ops. Just so people know the con-ops number. So that's kind of a joke, but just to explain what that means, we're going to be doing zoo games, and there's going to be question and answers and stuff. But 99% of the answers are going to be call con-ops. So it's like, oh, you find someone drunk on the ground. What do you do? Call con-ops. Everyone say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Great. And the con-ops number is going to be on the back of
The badges.
yes.
Why do you rewrite
Whose
this
badges is it going to be on the everyone's badges? Oh my goodness! Exactly. So the con-ops number is going to be on the back of every badge. So there's no excuse. So please call con-ops. Do not call the police. Call con-ops first. What we have is con-ops has access to Flare. Flare is an on-site security team that do security for a bunch of cons.
Security, medical.
Yeah, security, medical, all that stuff. They're like trained. They're trained to do things like I don't know. I was
Like
first aid.
amputations?
And,
I mean, first aid.
Sure. They're trained to do a bunch of stuff that I know. Like people, like, oh, I know Heimlich maneuver. Oh, I can do CPR. It's like wait, let our trained people do it. If you are trained, then that's good, and let people know. But let them handle it. If Flare, things escalate and Flare, it's whatever. Like Flare will call 911, or someone else probably will have at that point. But it never gets to that point. Like we've never had to call the cops. Also, if you see cops at the con, they literally just like to hang out
Yes.
there, and they like coming to our con. So if you see cops, people go, "Oh my God, something's happening." We're just like, "No, there are buds, and they come every year." And sometimes I'm like, "Can we tell them to like not come?" Anyway, but it causes a stir a little bit. But don't worry about them. If you see cops there and they're just like walking around, that's nothing. If you see cops there, they're like running somewhere. Then still just don't worry about it. We got it covered. Flair's got it covered. The staff have got it covered. The executives got it covered. Trust me, we all have radios, so like we know when things are going on. Like everywhere, we are connected. So we're the hive mind of BABSCon. So if you want to join the hive mind, join Staff 2020 or 2021, please. Yes.
Got a question from the audience. If you are medically trained and certified, can you help till Flare arrives?
Good question.
What was the question again? I'm sorry, I didn't.
If you are medically trained and certified, can you help until Flare arrives?
Yes. If you are medically trained and certified and feel comfortable doing that, you can help the person while you're waiting for Flare to arrive. Once they arrive, it's their scene. Do an orderly transfer of your patient, and then let them do what they need to do.
Excellent.
And if you're interested in working with Flare, stop in and see them, because they might be willing to take some extra people on. I've heard they might be looking for new blood.
Excellent. Cool. Any other questions so far from the audience or from the audience?
No.
Cool. Excellent. And thank you so much for being the fielder of the thing, because I can. It's hard for me to see what is happening and also reading the live stream at the same time. All right. So for that, let's start the zoo games.
Yay!
Yay!
Go team!
Woo!
So someone didn't show up for the coffee mug. I'm gonna sell it. Okay, so I guess I gotta get front.
Yep, front and center. We totally chose the right side of the table to be at, because the opening is over there, but we're sitting over here.
It's like 2018 all over again.
I know, right? I like this setup. It makes me
good
feel.
times.
For some reason, like normally we do like the like rows and stuff, But then for the zoo games, I don't know why, but they always like, hey, let's do it this way.
This is how the room was when I walked in. Apparently, they didn't necessarily know we were coming.
Oh, well, they should have because I emailed them about it. Anyway, so.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they read.
No, but like a long time, like months ago, I was like, hey, we need these dates. And they're like, we can give you these dates. And I said, yes. So the last 2 times they did it great. And then this is the last one, so I need to email them and be like, yo, we need more dates. So we'll figure it out. Right.
They adapted, improvised, and took care of us real well. We like this hotel.
Yes, they do.
All right. So you can hear me, you can see me.
Yes, if at any point the BABStream needs like an audio change or whatever, please let us know. Yeah.
All right. So since I was disorganized this morning, I couldn't find my cheat sheet, so I'm going to have to make this up. So it might be a little spotty. I'm sure Major can help me because she's probably seen it all at least once come rolling through her desk. And we will defer to Major. Anyone doesn't know who Major is? She's going to be the one when you call ConOps, probably going to talk to her. She'll be the one directing what goes on.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm
All right. So why don't
We're
we,
tired, yay.
so why don't we start out with you guys? You guys are sitting there in the gaming room, Buster's Arcade.
Yeah.
All right. And some guy is sitting there playing his game, gets a little wobbly, and boom, right out.
Hey, are you okay?
All right, now what are you going to do? You got some guys just flopped out of his chair.
Keep everyone away from him and call
check.
ConOps. Make sure he's okay.
Okay. First thing is going to be
Call ConOps.
call ConOps.
Yeah.
All right. We want to get somebody going there real quick. They will let Flair know. Flair will be on their way. All right. Do we want to do anything for this person other than go, wow?
Check him, see he's okay, talk to him.
Keep clear people.
Keep the area clear of people.
Yeah.
Last thing we want is like 10,000 people looking at him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my God, let me take a picture of this.
No selfies.
Selfies with the victim.
None to see here,
Check
none to
for
see
their
here.
wallet.
All right. Yes.
So a comment when you're dealing with people who have like passed out, because you'll get drunk people who've passed out, you'll have people who have medical reasons for passing out. Do not touch them. Do not let people film them. And people can be like, well, I can do what I want. Tell them, listen, would you want to be filmed when you're in this situation? No. Have some respect for this poor individual who's having a really bad day. So, yeah.
All right.
That's
You're
exactly
here.
what I would do.
There you go.
Yeah, and if they get really up to
So
me
now,
about it-
Major, you're sitting there at ConOps, and someone calls in and says, some dude just passed out in Buttons Arcade. You are too?
Ask their location.
Okay.
Because you gotta know where in Buttons.
Where's?
Where
Okay.
is it? Then I would say, make sure to maintain a perimeter, and I'm gonna contact Flair.
There you go. That's how it's supposed to be. That was easy, wasn't it?
Yep.
All right. My info desk people.
Zoo game
Yep.
over.
You're sitting there at info desk, minding your own business, and all of a sudden you see about a 4 to 6-year-old kid standing in the middle of the lobby, just looking around, not looking real happy. There are no adults around that you can see attached to this kid.
And it's not Simon.
I look dazed and confused for other reasons.
Fair.
Call ConOps and keep the kid exactly where you found him. Do not move him.
Don't
Okay.
touch them either.
I would say actually bring them to ConOps, because
Okay,
then
we were told
if
just
we
to
get
keep
the
them there.
parent, like the parent would be like, well, where? Or their guardian, whatever.
Yeah.
If you say, come to ConOps, it's boardroom 2 or boardroom 1, they know exactly like where to go. And the kid
Okay,
is
that's
guaranteed safe.
new.
Yeah.
Last year we were
Now,
told not
what
to
we
touch
were
them.
doing is
Oh,
we
you're
want
not
to
touching them.
stay put because we don't know, maybe the parents over at Reg and we've now walked away with their kid.
Yeah, that's why we were told
Yeah.
to.
So
I work at
I would, in this particular instance, I would just have them be near the info desk table, call you, Flair will come down and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Well, there's also a thing that half the time, like the parents will go to the bathroom and they're just getting back and the kid didn't hear them. So for them to be just taken to ConOps, that's gonna install, I think, more panic.
Yeah.
So,
Stay with the kid where they are and
Yeah.
wait
Yeah.
for,
Yeah, and get help. All right. now we're going to reverse it. You're sitting at info desk, and someone comes to point out, my son is missing. Now what?
Take that.
Okay.
What's the kid wearing? How old?
Very good. So we want to get a
Description.
description. All right.
First thing first.
Then you're going to do
Call Conops.
Conops. Conops is going to call Blair. All right. Are we going to organize our own personal search party and search for this kid?
You know, that'd be a bad
Probably not.
idea.
All right. That actually happened one year.
I'm assuming that didn't.
It was nuts.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right. Okay.
Someone
so
on the
we've
live stream says, give kid a plushie to play with and hold them and sit them down until you call Conops. Basically, give a kid a plushie. But
Yeah, don't touch the
Okay, so we don't give kids plushies. We give them a puppy.
And an espresso.
Even better.
Is a plush like a new Starbucks drink?
Yeah, there you go. All right. So you're up wandering the party room. Let's pick on you guys. You guys are up wandering the party floor. It's a great time. And you see someone who really looks underage with something that smells really well done, probably out of the Klingon bar. Which I know wouldn't happen because I don't go to Klingon, but I go. What do you do? Okay. Do you approach the kid? Not doing anything noxious.
Probably not, but
Okay, good. Keep an eye on it, get a description. Okay, and then we call Conops. Conops calls Blair and exec on duty. We go up and ask the kid what's in it. We go from there. All right, so now you see this kid. He's up there staggering around, spilling his drink, whatever it was, things like that. What do we do?
pretty much the same thing.
Yep.
Lather, rinse, and repeat with reanimation.
Sitting down or anything like that. Who knows how they're gonna react?
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be nice and chat with them a little bit. You know, you're friendly to them. Hey, you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Okay. Once again, it's the same thing. Don't really interfere. We call Conops, sorry.
That's okay, it's all right.
And Consport will happily call Blair.
Maintain a safe distance though, because people who are drunk have one of two reactions. They're either gonna punch you or they're gonna have a good time with you. So for
There's
your
a third
safety-
reaction I've had.
Oh.
You gonna throw up on
Yes,
you?
They throw up on
Yeah.
you.
Ding, ding, ding,
Simon,
ding. 100 points.
John has a.
On the first half of this scenario, the underage looking person, last year there was a young lady whose ID, legit, real, actual DMV ID, said she was like 23, 24, but she looked like she was 16. She was apparently even a professional Lolita model because of how she looked. So if you do see an underage looking person with a high octane smelling drink, yeah, just, you know, play it cool. They may be legit.
But most of the parties also give people bracelets if they're over 21.
Yes.
Yes.
And they will have checked
And
their
they will
ID
check
and they've
their
got
ID.
like, you know,
They're
special
really good at that.
lamps that
Klingon, I know the Black Hole, they are
Yeah.
really good with that.
Yeah, Black Hole's real good. A couple
Yeah.
others real good. But we've had parties that weren't quite as good.
yeah.
It unfortunately does happen.
Yeah.
So
And bad party favors.
yeah, we need to be careful with that one. And it's not your job to approach people and chat with them or get involved. Okay? It's just be observe and report is the big one. The other thing I like to say is if you see something, say something. You know, if you're walking along and you see something in the back of your head goes, that didn't look right. Even for a pony con, that didn't look right. Say something. Let us go figure out if it was right or wrong, you know? Because that'll save us a lot of trouble if we can head it off on the before it gets there. So, let's see. How about you guys? So you guys are sitting there hanging out downstairs in the foyer and just chatting and stuff, and all of a sudden these two guys just get onto it. Twilight's best, nope, Fluttershy's best, and next thing you know, they're grabbing each other and starting to go to blows.
Blair.
Okay? So you're gonna call Flair. Now, who are you gonna call?
After.
Okay.
What?
I would call con-ops after if people are going to
No,
blows.
we always call con-ops
Always call
first.
con-ops first.
Always call con-ops first?
Always call
Oh,
con-ops.
that answers changed since last year.
It's basically dispatch.
Yeah, because con-ops will dispatch a bunch of people. So Flair's gonna get invited, the exec on duty's gonna get invited,
Yeah.
probably a couple
I
other
can
execs
get
might get
hotel
invited.
security on there too.
If some,
Okay.
Yeah.
if someone's questioning Fluttershy's honor, then the chair is already involved because
The chair is going to want to
kidding.
know.
Okay, what's the guy
Don't
failed?
start fights over best conduct. There's more
Yeah.
important things.
So, okay, so these guys are going to blows. You want to break this thing up?
Nope, back up.
Back off. Very
Not have
good.
the training, no
We
matter
do not get
what
involved in fights with people.
Don't not
It's a
reverse
great
light and go
way
backwards.
To get yourself hurt. All
Also,
right.
keep it
We'll let
Chinese
Flair
away
take
from
care of
you,
Yes.
it.
too.
We'll let the hotel security probably come down and take care of this. And heaven forbid we invite Birmingham PD to come. Well, they're already usually here.
Yeah, pretty much.
We did have an incident where they were here and it was kind of funny to watch. You know? Anyways, it does happen. Unfortunately, even though I found that this con, friendship is magic and most everyone's friends, I don't think I've ever had a good fight here. Other cons I have. Yes.
Okay, so one year we had a party that was giving out non-appropriate,
Party favors.
Not
Party-
safe for work party
not for
favors.
safe for children, party favors.
Okay.
And they made it down to the info desk.
On the floor of the foyer.
Wonderful.
What, so
Where-
we
where a
collect them
3-year-old
and we give them to con-ops, or we collect them and we just get rid of them?
If you end up with one, give it to con-ops. Con-ops will
Cause
call Flair and probably the exec on duty.
John has one still.
Why do you have that?
It's memorabilia.
It's a, male,
I'm not gonna show it to a kid.
and that was given out
Oh
at
my.
the party that was here, the pajama party that was here. Yeah.
Yikes. Okay.
And it ended up, and like I said, it ended up in public area, and
All right. So
Info desk.
speaking of public cool things like that may not be so cool. So you guys, let's see who we pick. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Oh boy. So you're hanging out down there in the lobby and see these guys. You know, they pull out some art, which is very common. This is a very artsy group. I love it. And look at this cool piece of art I got. And you kind of glance over, and it is something that's, well, you didn't think a pony could do that. All right. It is really not very appropriate. What do we do with these people?
Con support. Oh, con ops.
All right. What I would actually do.
Go to a room with it,
Hmm?
to take it to the room.
Exactly. There are certain times where we can get involved. Do you as staffers represent our con? All right. I would look at this and I'd go, I'd be nice to them and go, wow, that's really nicely done, but we're a family event. You know, kids might see
That
that.
happened to me last
You guys
year.
want to take that one up to your room and talk about it there?
I think there's really like, that's actually pretty well done, and I bet it would look better in your room. 'Cause
Exactly.
we got kids.
Niceness
We don't-
gets
we don't-
everywhere.
We don't go butt, we go and, we like add stuff on. I'm like, yeah, I'm going like, that's nice, and it looked better in your room. Please go.
Oh, I can see it now. Wow, that's really nice, but it looked better in the room. Yeah, the butt would look better in my room. No!
That's not what I meant! Yourself. Be gone.
All right.
Kids,
So
no.
you're walking around upstairs in the party area, and you see some guy. He's got his stack of flyers for his party. It looks like it's going to be a fun one, and he is taking masking tape and taping them to the walls.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
All right. I think in that particular case, I would actually remind him that the hotel policy is not to put up signs.
Not yours.
And sometimes people just really don't truly know. You know, he wants to advertise this thing. We do have signboards. We're gonna have signboards this
Yeah,
year, right?
community boards.
Yeah, I
I've seen
guess,
some.
I guess.
Yep, 3 of them. We have 3 signboards. So I would suggest, hey, we got signboards downstairs for that. The hotel will get grumpy with you, and since you put your room number on it, they're gonna know where to look. So we suggest. Now, let's say the guy looks at you and goes, hey, bite off. This is my party.
Con support.
Okay, fine.
Now it's time to call con support. Flair will like go up and, I mean, Con ops.
Transition.
Well, we transitioned from one to the other, and once I finally get it right with one, now I've got you guys are just doing that to mess with my head. You know, you sound like
Damn, figured it out.
We've been calling it con ops since year one, then I suddenly heard it being called con support.
Support, yeah,
That
then
confused me.
shifted gears, yeah.
So which are we?
Con
ops.
Okay.
It's con ops under Department of Con Support.
Oh, okay.
Over
Okay.
10
Yeah.
days, they're very used to con ops,
Yeah,
and if I say
so,
con support,
which logically really does make a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the department supports the con, and con ops is the operations room of the con. All right, so, here's one. This is always my favorite. This is almost for everybody. If you and all your buddies don't have a lot to do, and you know that con ops is kind of a fun place to go, so are you all gonna go hang out in con ops?
No.
It's really cool.
No.
Hell no.
Y'all got stuff
No,
to do.
no,
We
very
don't need to
good.
be there, don't you?
Con ops is not a hangout.
not a hangout space.
Now,
I will kick you out.
shoot, yeah, probably break a couple bones in the process.
Oh.
All right, we do not hang out in con ops. We had that problem a couple years ago where it was just the coolest place to be for people.
Unless you want to work for me.
Yeah, if you want to work, if you want to work, it is a very
I
cool
got
place to
things
work.
for you
That's
to
where
do.
I came up from. was the
Also,
con ops world.
don't hang out in the HR room either, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, this happens a lot. Sometimes staff come in like the HR room or any room or whatever and go, "Hey, can you just hold my backpack for like a little bit? I'm gonna just put it in this little cupboard.
I am
And I'll
not
come
lost
back
in
for it, I
that.
promise." And then like we're tearing down the con on day 3, and we're opening
And
up
it's
all
still
the
gone?
things. There's 2 backpacks in here, and so I was like, "Oh yeah, someone put it in on day 1," and we're like,
I'm sorry, what?
whose backpack is this? So please don't leave, like, just don't put your stuff in a normal con room. We will close those rooms, we will lock those rooms, you will not have access to those rooms at sudden times. So please just put them in your room or find a friend and give it to them for their room. Don't leave your stuff in con space, even if it is staff controlled.
Actually, if you leave your stuff in con space and we find it, you can find it on eBay where we have posted it.
Yeah.
But actually, that's true though. The if you do find something in con space that is clearly not yours, it's not any staff, where do you bring it to?
Lost and found. Hotel's lost and found.
No.
Hotel, right? Hotels lost and found?
Yeah.
We go to Hotel Lost and
Good.
Found.
Hotels lost and found. To be clear, BABSCon does not have its own lost and found. The central lost and found is the hotels. This is the hotel space. This is their lost and found. Just because you found something doesn't mean that it either belonged to the con or is an attendee of the cons. There are actually people here not at BABSCon. So we don't want to hold something like some random family's thing that is not ours. So please give it to the hotel.
Yep.
Yes, question.
I operate info desk at SEC Anime, and we've had people come up and say, "Hey, can I leave this here?" I have to tell them, "Look, this is a public space. I'm not going to be responsible for your stuff.
Feel your pain.
Yeah.
You make the decision. I'm not going to babysit your stuff."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do not watch
I would
people's
just tell them
stuff.
no,
That
but
is
yeah.
the right answer. That you're just taking responsibility for you and the con
Yeah.
by doing that. And you also don't know what they put in that backpack. Oh,
Right.
I'm
I'm
responsible.
not putting my butt on the line for stuff in your bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We even though we're, the brony community is a big family, but like when you're con staff, you're here to run the con. That is your only job. If someone's like, "Hey, watch my kid," we're not a babysitting service.
No, we are not.
Hey, watch my stuff. We are not a stuff watching service.
I know.
We're here to put on a con. So like, don't do anything that isn't about that, please.
As long as people don't get too annoying with those requests, it should be fine.
Yeah.
All right. So, way all down here to you guys. You're out there having a great time with the kids out back in the poolside program. Everyone know where the kids programming is, right?
By the
Yes.
pool.
Way back out yonder. It's there for a reason, okay? So you're out there having your grand old time, and all of a sudden you got a random dude sitting there kind of looking through the door, maybe trying to come in.
So,
Oh, hold on.
Are you lost? Are you trying
yeah,
to
That's it. He might be very well lost. He might not even be one of our attendees. It's like, yes, I am. How do you get into this stupid hotel? Doors that way. You know? But if he doesn't have a good answer or he doesn't go away,
That's when you call con ops.
okay? And con ops calls Flair. And Flair goes out and has a negative conversation with the person.
Get a description.
Yeah, description
Yes,
would be
yes,
nice. Yeah, they will disappear on us. Okay. So, let's see. What do you guys think? Because you'd be the only ones that would spot this. You see somebody who you are almost sure has been banned from this convention. It's not a long list, but there is a list. Do you approach them? Nope. All right. Well, con ops and provide
A description.
and
Hopefully you know
Where
what
are
they
you?
look like.
Location.
location. All right. All right, so you guys caught that, right?
Yeah.
So you see someone who you're pretty sure isn't supposed to be here, right? But you're not 100% sure. Don't approach these people. Just quietly go and find a place. Just call con ops. Get in there.
Almost got it. Almost got it.
Okay, and they will let Flair and the exec team take care of this. It's happened a couple of times.
Yep.
All right, do we have anyone working in dealer's room in here? Stefan's, I know Stefan's in Utah.
Yeah.
Anyone connoisseur? Okay. All right. You're walking around in the dealer's room, all right? Kind of looking at all the cool swag and things like that. A dealer sees your staff shirt because it is awesome and you should be wearing one with your staff badge,
Yeah.
which is even more awesome. Goes, dude, that guy over there, he just stole something from me. What are you going to do about it? There you go.
Call
Get a
con ops was
description.
the answer.
Yeah. In this case, you might want to go tell Stefan first. Anyone knows Stefan Winters, head of dealer's room?
Yeah.
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 He's probably going to be in his nice suit, so he'll be
Got
the only
nice
one in the
suit
suit.
and tie. Okay. Looks pretty sharp. Pretty professional.
So if he looks like he's in charge, he's
Yeah.
in charge.
He'll have a radio. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I would at that point get Stefan involved real quick because he needs to know, and then he'll be the one to contact con support. I mean, con ops. I'm sorry. God, it's going to be one of
Just
those
get a
days.
shirt that
Yeah,
says
kinda.
con support with an X and then con ops.
I like it.
Kind of a slight pro tip.
It's a
I
good
know
pro
we
tip.
say like, oh, call con support, and you can like look at your badge and call the number. But if you look around and there's like someone with a radio, and you'll know it because there's like an earpiece and they'll have a little thing and they'll be like talking to
You
themselves
guys
all the
know
time.
what a radio is?
They have direct access to con support as
Kind of
well.
looks like what
So
you just flung
yeah.
out your shirt. Yes.
So in a scenario like this where it's like, hey, that guy just stole something from me, and then it's like, and then someone else over there with the radio, it's like, hey, bring him over and be like, okay, what's the situation, and have them, and you can have them do that too.
You know
So
that?
definitely call con support, but if you see someone nearby with a radio, that's a staff, you can use them as well. They
Yeah.
have direct line to con ops.
Got that? Yeah, that's a very direct line. Yeah, when we say call con support or con ops, I'm getting there.
I got you.
There are many ways to do this. Okay, they will have a cell phone with the number on the back of the badge. Okay, you can find somebody toting a radio. We will be all over. There's many of us, not that many, but there are. You can usually by about the end of Friday go to any house phone in any of these big rooms and pick it up and ask the operator, can you connect me to con ops or boardroom, I think it's 4 this year? Well, you'll figure out what boardroom it is, and they will happily connect it to the phone that's in there. It does happen. So, and if it's not a big emergency, you can always walk your way down there and chat with them. They're lonely people. No, they aren't.
They're busy people.
I have
They're
a
very busy people.
A slight
Yes.
other pro tip, but this is mostly specifically for registration folks. If anyone's working registration or ends up working registration, because we always need more people helping with registration, sometimes, so we do have a list of people that shouldn't be at the con, And what happens when you try to put their information in the system, either to, if someone's like, oh yeah, I got a badge, and you look up their name, and it'll tell you like in big red letters at the top of their application, like, this person is on the not good list. Please, like, don't let them in. It also works where if someone doesn't have a registration and they go, oh, here's my name, here's my this, here's my email, as long as they don't literally forge every single piece of their identity, but hopefully you should be checking with their ID, it will tell you, like, hey, you're trying to register a person, this person's banned. So at that point, what I would do is like, hey, like, oh, there's a problem with our system, let me get someone to help, and then like call ConOps or get the registration, the head of registration is probably there, and then they can call ConOps or they can figure it out. But ideally we don't want to give them a badge, we want to make sure that we call ConOps in the situation. I wouldn't be like, it says you're banned from BABSCon. Keep it cool, but like inform somebody. There's a technical glitch. Let me get our head to figure this out for me. That's what I would do. But like basically try to keep it under wraps. That's mostly for Reg, but that's in case anyone ever works there.
Anyone wants to go down and help Reg, they can always use the help.
Another thing that I've heard online, where we go, oh, BABSCon banned so many people. No, we don't. We've existed for, this is our 7th year or is it our 8th year? This is our 7th. This is our 7th year. We only have like 20 people on our list. So like, that's a running list, a continuing list. So like,
it's a running list, not our final draft.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so no, we don't. There's not like hundreds of people that want to be at BABSCon and then can't be. There's like maybe 20, and only 1 or 2 ever actually show up. So, and we handle that. So, it's all good.
All right. I got a couple. Let's see.
Roast me.
How about we'll go with you? You're walking along through your convention, and you see someone in a really cool costume with a big knife on their side. Okay, this is a knife this long. What are you gonna do? So you see someone in a nice costume, but they got this big knife. It's a real one on their side.
Check if it's a peace bomb.
Well, what can you do first?
We'll tell them to
Okay. No, they can probably have that. What we want to do is look for a peace bonding. Who here? Does everyone know what a peace bonding is? Okay.
Know what it is, don't know what it looks like.
Okay, so we didn't get all the hands up.
Yeah,
Okay, where we'll have a conversation with the person, basically saying that we will allow you to have this thing that could be a weapon on you. Okay, but
it looks like a weapon.
It looks like a weapon, or could be portrayed as a weapon, or maybe some people might carry claymores at certain events. I don't know.
It depends on the claymore.
And they will say that if you pull this thing out or try to do anything crazy with it, the police will be called, and they have a very dim view of it.
Yeah.
And you have this conversation with them, they go, okay, you put a little colored tie wrap on it called peace bonding. Okay? So if you're walking along, you see this guy in this really cool costume, right? And he's got this big knife on him, and there's a big, bright red tie wrap at the end of the handle. Do we deal with it? No. He's already had the conversation.
Have a good con.
Yeah. Okay, but if he doesn't have it, suggest that he go up to Flair and get it peace bonded. Say, I need you to go up to Flair and have it peace bonded. And explain, they'll tell you kind of some rules and stuff. It'd be pretty cool. And most people will be, oh yeah, I can do that, and then show you where. What the guy says, piss off. Well, I should have done that, should I?
I mean, we'll fix it in post.
It's a valid response.
Yeah, but what do you get told off? Then what do you do? All right. Okay, buddy.
Hey, just
Then
walk
you
away.
call ConOps. I'm getting better. Hey, ConOps.
Calls
Where?
tells them
What
how
are you
to
going
bring
to tell
peace bonds.
ConOps?
Description
Description, all right.
What he's carrying.
What he's carrying, all right? Maybe a rough location. I mean, the guy probably walked away.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay, and then they will go.
Couldn't tell.
So, all right.
Do we know where Flair is this year?
In the hotel.
Boardroom, you will not know until it's too late.
Two?
Oh, if you want to know where Flair is,
Actually, it's numbered back.
whatever.
Four.
Boardroom 4. It's where the HR room is. It's like it's next to all of the
It's right down this way,
Yeah,
guys.
all
So
the
if you go into the
elevators.
restrooms right over here, you will find Flair.
It's on the atrium level.
It has not moved.
If you download Guidebook, there's already a map.
A map.
there, and it says where Flair is. So please take a look. BABSCon.com/guide.
All right. So, how about you? You have an answer. Someone comes up, they have a badge on them. It's probably going to be red, and it's going to say Flair, and they're going to say, I need you to move over here. What are you going to do? A nice red badge on it. It says Flair.
I just want, no, I just wondering which one was pretty talking.
Oh, you.
There's someone that has a red badge.
Red badge on them. Probably their picture. It says Flair. What do you do? They just told you to move. No. Move. All right. So Flair will get. I think they're going to get pony badges this year, con badges, which will say Flair in big letters. They also carry their own badges. Okay. It's a kind of a reddish badge. Says Flair, has a picture, their name, and I think a number. All right. Flair acts as our safety team. We can't call them security. There are laws about that. Okay. They're our safety team. If they're asking you to do something, and it's reasonably decent request. Can you move over here, please? Can you stand over there? Could you not be in this area for right now? Honor their request. Don't argue with them. If you think they are being wrong, okay? Flair guy tells you, hey, get your SOB blah, blah, blah over that way. What do you do now? Okay.
You move out of the way, and then you call con-ops.
Very good.
Yeah.
Do what the guy says. Don't argue with him. But
not worth your
and just kind of come up to try to see if you can see his number or a description, and then quietly come up to con-ops and tell Major. Major will tell the exec team, and we'll go find out what happened.
Another thing to be cognizant of is that Flair tries to like be discreet about stuff. So it's like, hey, don't be in front of this door, or like, hey, move out of the way, this and that. Don't be like, why do I gotta move? They're gonna be they're not gonna tell you like, oh, someone is drunk in that room and we need to get them out or whatever. They're just gonna be discreet about it. So please just be discreet back. Just like do what they say. Don't cause trouble for them. If they're involved, then something is happening. So please don't get in their way.
I always make it a good rule. If I see Flair trucking one way, I tend to want to be trucking the other way. Okay? But just kind of the thing that would be really good for you. Unfortunately, being exec, I have to truck that way. It's not a good scene. But anyways, yeah. If Flair's involved, you don't want to be part of this circus. Okay? So please don't be part of the circus. Now, let's change it up. Let's say some random dude comes up. He goes, hey, I'm with Flair. I need you to do something.
That's right.
That's
Check
nice.
my lead.
Let's see the badge. If they have a
Oh,
badge.
I left it in my room.
Then you are not on
Talk to
duty.
my lead then.
Yeah.
So I know.
Depending on what they say,
They will know better.
I might go along with the request a little bit, just to make it look like I'm playing along with their game. If I'm going to get a good description, and I'm going to make sure I pop up to con ops, get better. And I am sure going to let con ops know that there's somebing out. We actually did have somebody running around one year playing Flair. Flair takes a very dim view of that, obviously. So,
Last thing they need is impersonators.
yeah.
This isn't the
All
cosplay.
right. Major, you're off duty.
Oh.
You're hanging out on the party floor. You just came out of the Klingon bar.
Yeah.
You probably don't remember much about it. No,
Oh, I know what this
I would be
is.
in my hotel room.
Probably won't be really like
All right. Hey, as you walk into the elevators, you see a couple guys grab a fairly small, maybe underage person who's passed out over the shoulder, and duck into a hotel room.
What time of day is it?
Oh, probably fairly late at night. Parties are in full swing. The dance mayhem is going like gangbusters. Other events are happening. You know, probably about 12.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
ConOps is closed at that point.
Yeah.
I would call hotel security and get the hotel room number and tell them what happened.
All right. Are you gonna go bang on the door?
Hell no.
All right.
You don't pay me enough for that.
All right. When is ConOps closed?
12.
12. All right.
When do they open?
8.
8.
Yay.
All right. Flair is here a lot longer. I believe they'll be here until about 3 or 4 weeks, whatever we ask them. What we might want to do is take the ConOps phone and either hand it to them or hand it off to exec on duty. We'll discuss how we deal with hours closed. But yeah, okay, don't get involved in that. Okay, I've actually been at a con where that happened. All right, that's a really good time to let Flair, if they're available now. Hotel security will get invited to that. So we want to make sure. It might very well be legit. It might be someone's younger brother decided to find something he shouldn't have been drinking and he's okay, you know. But we want to check. We want to make sure, A, everybody wants to be a participant or should be a participant. B, if this person is passed out, it's just going to turn us into a medical emergency. Okay? There's a lot of people who are afraid they're going to get in trouble and then will hide in a room and then have a real problem and no one really knows what's going on and we don't know a thing until the ambulance is rolling up that something has gone wrong where we could have been providing care for this person for the 5 to 6 minutes it's going to take Burlingame Fire to get here and get up there. Which then brings the next thing. So you're hanging out down the lobby and you see the fire department come trucking through, holding their stuff. Come this way, you see an ambulance or stretcher come rolling through. Okay, maybe a cop or two. What do? You want to follow him?
No.
Yeah, very good. Yes.
Also tell ConOps. Tell the exec on duty.
Nah. We
Wait.
probably already know.
If they're here,
We
they
were
probably
the
got
ones that
called.
called them.
Yeah. We're probably the ones calling, and there is no guarantee they're coming for us. Remember, we are not the only ones that will be in the hotel.
Yeah.
There are still flight crews that will hang out in this hotel because it's right across from the airport. Be respectful for them. Please don't scare China Airways flight staff in the morning. I feel bad for them.
Be respectful
The looks
of
that
people
some
that
of
aren't
them
here for
were
BABSCon
giving
and that are here.
furries on the elevator.
Absolutely terrifying. It's actually kind of fun to get onto an elevator with like a whole bunch. They're all in their uniforms. They're absolutely immaculate. And we get on with someone in a fursuit, and it's like these poor ladies couldn't melt into the wardrobe. All right. Speaking of, anyone here wear costumes? Costume people? Fursuiters? Yeah? All right. So, you're in your costume, you're dancing around, all right? And someone comes up to you and gets real personal.
I would ask them to politely, I would be like, can you please mind my space? I would be polite and ask them to mind the 5 feet rule.
Yeah.
And if they continue, then at that point I would call ConOps.
Okay, very good. Do you usually go out with a handler or anyone?
I prefer to have a handler because fursuits, a lot of people do not understand this, but if you're in a fursuit, you do have limited vision.
Oh yes,
Yep.
you do. Just
Yeah, for those who have got it.
It also does get hot, so it's best to have a handler.
Yeah. Yes.
Cosplay is not consent.
No,
Exactly.
Bring that poster
Cosplay is
again.
not consent. And unfortunately, there are people out there who are just socially inept. And they are caught up in the moment. This is an exciting place. We've had first-time con goers have no clue. And they will think that it's just part of the game and they will try. Usually you're polite and tell them, yeah, can you give me a little space here? That they're usually pretty good about. Every now and then you get the people who are just kind of nuts or
This
even
is
more
not
inappropriate.
masked singer.
All right, so what do you do if a bunch of cops come and go, hey, we want a picture with you?
Sure.
Okay, there you go. That actually has happened more than once, but I had to go round up a bunch of costumers so the cops could get pictures with them. It's cool. So Burlingame Police thinks we're crazy, they love us. Yes.
On the subject of fursuiters, is there going to be a well-stocked headless lounge this year?
Headless Lounge, cosplay room.
I believe we do have a lounge this year.
Good.
Okay.
Because I remember one year I was officially with Staff Bead, and somebody told me to go check the
Quiet room.
No, we didn't even have a quiet room. They asked me to check the Headless Lounge, and it was this room, Cypress B, and there was a couple of tables, and that was it.
Oh.
And I had just a couple months before finished working FurCon as a gopher, and I was like, this is not a headless lounge. And so I managed to get the hotel to bring in like several jugs of ice water, some chairs. I think they even had some fans, just ordinary, rotary fans, and it was a bit of an improvement. I didn't get to see if the Headless Lounge was any better the following year. I was too busy doing other things, but just,
we are learning.
knowing something about what fursuiters go through, just knowing, having a depressingly laughably inadequate Headless Lounge was,
Thank you for being
Okay.
proactive about that.
Yes.
That's exactly the kind of staffing that we want and need at every stage of the convention, especially before. That year, if we didn't have a good Headless Lounge, that means that we didn't have someone staffing it. There was no lead for it. Sometimes that happens because we don't have people. Sometimes it happens because it falls through the cracks. But if you are interested in being the Headless Lounge person, or helping out with that, or what that takes, and want to make sure that for 2020 the Headless Lounge is not crap, please let us know, and you can be a part of that. We appreciate every sort of help that we get. We are 100% volunteer. We are just people. Things fall through the cracks, but with your help, if you see that, hey, no one's talking about Headless Lounge,
We have
we
a headless
Good.
lounge lead.
Good. We have a Headless Lounge lead this year, so let us know.
Granted, we're just
Okay, so I'm going to go back to that thing I said earlier.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
see something,
Yeah.
say something.
Yeah.
That doesn't just mean
Join staff.
creepy or weird or whatnot. It very well could mean, wow, that trash can is horribly overfull. Go let us know. Okay? Headless Lounge is not staffed. Okay?
Or
That's something we might want to know. Major just ran out of con ops, ready to kill somebody. You might want to let us know.
Beforehand. I'm gonna murder this dude.
All right,
Take my
so
badge off.
with the fursuiter, so the costume is fursuiters. Everybody here knows what a fursuit is, right?
Yes.
Big costume.
Okay, so, Robin, you're out heading to the dealer's lounge. You get to the chairs down here, kind of by the elevators, and you see a fursuiter sitting in one of the chairs. What do you do?
Call con ops.
No.
Ask them if they're okay.
Ask them if they're okay.
Then call con ops.
Yeah, now if they don't answer you or they don't give you a good answer, then it's time to get people rolling, because this could be a problem.
Would you shut up? So if you call in a medical emergency over the radio, does that mean you should be interrupted by other people having a conversation crosstalk?
No.
No. If there's a medical emergency, please, sweet Jesus, save your conversation until Conops calls it clear.
In the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you all heard that. So I don't know how many people in the room at this moment can end up with radios. We do not have a lot of them, all right? But if something's going on, it sounds like you're running a medical emergency or something of that ilk, it's a good time just to stay off the radio. Now, let's say you got your radio and you're listening in and it's this crazy medical emergency, stuff like that. Do we want to go whisper this to people? That's what I just heard.
Did you see that drunk guy?
Call Night Finney.
And if a fursuiter is a talkie, they'll say, yeah, I'm doing good. Or if they aren't the one that talks, usually that's when you want to maybe have somebody come down and help them out.
Yeah.
Okay? So,
Safety
Kim had to
first.
use mom voice.
You know what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Kim uses mom voice, you stay away.
All right. I just had one, now I forgot. They say something is the first to go, and I can never remember what it is. All right, so we covered lost kid.
Fire alarm.
Fire alarm. That's a good one. You're hanging out. Fire alarm goes off. What do?
Go outside.
Call and head for the exit. Help people reach the safe zone. Help people out. Tell them this is beyond our control. Calm and orderly, please. Yes. Do not run.
Do not panic.
This
Do
is
not
not
panic.
a drill. We don't have
Don't
a
go
drill.
look for
Do
it.
not panic.
yeah. Do not be a hero.
Yeah. Actually, I hate to say I'd probably go look for it, but I wouldn't. So, okay. Yes.
Angry attendee in line.
Angry attendee in line. That's a good one. I'd forgotten
Put
about
on your
that guy.
customer service face.
Yeah. Work in retail, everyone. It trains you for that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially Green America.
I work in retail too.
Okay, so you guys all know about that. So you're sitting there cutting through by the reg line, and some guy sees your nice staff badge and shirt because it's cool and you're wearing it, and he goes, "Dude, what is your problem? I've been standing here for freaking ever. Why can't you get something right?"
Misdirect your manager.
Don't antagonize him. Yeah.
So, step back and say, I can't help you right now, but I can call somebody who can.
Very good. I can't help you right now. Okay? Or let me see if I can find the appropriate person to help you.
I will get you that answer.
Yeah, we'll get you the answer as best we can. Or we understand that you're frustrated. You know, we're working as best we can. Sometimes people just need to yell. It sucks to get yelled at. I've been yelled at a lot of times. But sometimes they might just get it out of their system, and if you're calm and collected. Now, do you want to ramp up with this person and start yelling back? No escalation. All right. The escalators are for going upstairs, not your crisis. All right. So, you politely tell the person you're going to help him, and he goes, "Dude, I've had enough of you." Very good. Were you joking or not? Oh, sorry. So, but you saw what he did. Yes. It was really good. All right. So, he took control of the situation. Okay. He was polite. He didn't yell at me, because that's only going to get you going. He tried to push me away, get a little bit of distance, and I would hope to God you are calling. Okay, so I am sorry about that. So,
Kind of a
all
major
right.
thing.
So yeah, you're a volunteer. You do not have to take abuse from anybody. Okay? If somebody is just on you, whether it be physically or just berating you, excuse yourself from the conversation and get Flair and or us, the exec staff, to come down and take care of this. All right? We don't want, you just, it's not your job. It's not part of the role, you know? So please. Yes?
Is there any case in which we would call Flair first?
No, not really.
Got it.
Yeah. So we always want to make sure that we call ConOps first, all right? Because what we need is not only Flair to be there, but we need a representative from the convention to be there. So it'd be an executive on duty, could be the con chair. Babel's in for it. Somebody from us needs to be there, because Flair represents us, but they aren't part of us. Okay? They're kind of like a contractor. So we need to make sure that we're part of this. All right? So that's why we always want to make sure that you call ConOps so that they can make the appropriate decisions as to who gets called. Okay, let's see. Someone looks at your water service, it needs to be done. It's empty. No water in the water service. Do you go and call the hotel to ask for water service?
No, that's ConOps' job.
Yep. Okay. We don't order anything from the hotel. Okay?
Wait, won't that go through the hotel liaison though?
Yes.
That's who I would call.
Okay. So,
if someone asks you for something from the hotel, or you need something from the hotel other than in your private room, that's on you. But anything for the convention, call, right? And she will call
Hospitality or hotel rep.
hotel rep. Very good. The hotel is a business, and they will happily say, sure, we will do that for you. And then when we get the master bill at the end of the circus, there's some incredible charges on it. Okay? Sometimes for things that we shouldn't have been charged for. Part of the business game. Okay? So please, if you need something or you see something or whatnot, go ahead and call ConOps. I'm getting better at this. Hey. And they will call the appropriate person, okay? Same thing, let's say you're up in the atrium and you see a big puddle of water on the floor. Anyone? Big puddle of water, middle of that tile floor.
I mean, you might want to keep people away and they call ConOps.
Yep.
Yeah.
That might be one if you can get their attention at the cashier thing. Excuse me, there's water here. That's kind of okay. And might not want to leave the area or go too far. Keep people from slipping in it. That's just a nice thing to do. And do you get out a towel and mop it up? No, okay.
You don't know what that is.
You're a nice jumper.
You take your jacket off, you lay it over so
Touch boric acid in it.
I mean, it's super old school, but you can do that to ruin your jacket.
I ain't ruining my jacket.
They might slip with the jacket.
All right.
I have a thing to say about hotel stuff and like, so yeah, your staff, but the hotel actually has an interesting like protocol / policy. We have these things called pins of power.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That only certain execs get, or certain people on staff get, and they're literally like little pins that I forget what they're shaped like, but they have like the hotel. They're like a key, and it's like the hotel logo or whatever.
Yeah.
So those pins are like, those are the people that can like sort of not in a bad way, but like tell the hotel what to do. So it's like, hey, we need this room. This room was asked to be stadium seating, but it's like round seating or whatever. Can we please change that? If any normal person comes up and tells them that, they're going to be like, no, because you're not a person with the badge of power or whatever, or the key of power. So when we do need, if you do see that the hotel, like, oh, this room is completely not set up the way it should be, either you can call ConOps or find someone with a radio, and then they will contact someone with a pin of power to get the hotel to do things. This is that's like with the hotels. That's the hotel's own protocol, just so that there's not like we have like 200 staffers, so like it doesn't work where there's like 200 staffers telling like the 14 hotel staff what to do. That doesn't work. So we only have, I think there's only like 5 or 6 people that can actually do that. One of them definitely will be me. One of them definitely will be the hotel liaison, who's Tanaki. I'm sure Bozen will have one. I'm sure Simon will have one.
I don't know. I almost don't need one.
Oh, never mind. Then Simon won't have one.
I don't know. It's up to you guys.
We'll see.
Yeah, Sean will end up with one or Atlas will
anyway,
end up
so
with
just
one.
so you know, if you need the hotel to do something, either find someone with a pin of power, someone with a radio to find someone with a pin of power, call ConOps and say, hey, we need the hotel to do something, and then they'll call the right person. So I just wanted to let you know the existence of that protocol. Don't tell the hotel staff what to do unless you have that pin of power. But most people in here probably won't. But find someone who does.
All right. There you go. I heard it from the pony's mouth. One thing I do want to check, I just thought of, for I guess you and you, lost badges. Do we still want to bring those to ConOps or just hotel?
Yeah, just bring them to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, back to lost and found right quick. If you find somebody's badge, okay, which means that they're either having a lot of fun or no fun at all, bring that to ConOps, okay? Anything else you find, take it to the hotel lobby.
Yes.
You might need to use 2 fingers to take it to the hotel lobby, but yeah. Yes?
I would say in that situation, if it's anything, if it's an exec badge or a staff badge, take it to HR when HR is open, because we can kind of chew them out for saying, you know,
For not being responsible.
you're
for
not being
badges.
responsible with your badge.
Let me read you the right.
Yeah.
But other ones take it to con-ops. I mean, that's the only
Yeah.
switch I would.
Yeah.
Don't
The
lose
rooms
your
are right next to
badge.
each other anyway, so we'll figure it out.
So somebody will sort it out. But yeah, that's something that people will come to con ops to get their badge, and we can look them up
Yeah.
if we need to, and then sell it to them. Hey, I can use a couple cups of coffee, don't you? Huh?
You want
Yeah.
to run for me?
As long as you're.
Gummy bears, anyone?
Gummy bear.
So, all right. I'm kind of running out of things because I was. Yes.
What if you find a VIP passed out somewhere?
Ooh.
That goes to
Con support.
con support.
Jimmy!
Close enough.
I was doing so.
I'm under
I
con
see, I'm gonna
support,
be
so I will
getting
take
a lot of
both
phone
answers.
calls.
All right.
Oh.
What about if you find a wallet sitting on the ground?
Well, we just want to take it to the hotel.
Oh, mine has.
Take
Check
to
it
the
for money
hotel.
first.
All right. Oh, hey, look! I just found a wallet. Do we sit there and dig through it?
Do we take a finder's fee?
Yeah, finder's fee.
No.
Yes, do not take the finder's fee out of wallet. Okay. Just quietly take it to cons. Don't announce. Hey, did anyone lose a wallet?
Yeah,
That's
fine. Yeah.
Do we still, when we get there, do we still have the hotel like count and make sure that they of the money in there?
That's their policy.
Got it.
The minute you set whatever it is you found on their counter, it is their problem
Got it.
or their policy. Yes.
So when you're taking something of value like that, it's best in my experience to bring a friend with you.
Oh, yes.
Because they can be like, well, we found it this way. And it's someone else to back you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good plan because you never know. Someone might come down and say, "Hey, you found my wallet. Where's that extra $100 that was sitting in it?"
That's a good question.
It's a good question, but if you had left it on the floor, you probably wouldn't be asking it. Anyway, that'd be the wrong thing to say. Yes.
Thank you.
Deputize the nearest random person, walk with you as a witness. Instead of a friend, that would be collaboration.
If it's a staff
Yeah,
member.
I don't know if I'd want to get the attendees involved.
Okay.
Yeah, but and there should be
Or nearest random staff member.
any staff member will work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we are all friends here, right?
The attendees are also trying to have fun, have a good time, so bringing them into your business that is none of theirs, they're probably
Yeah.
going to be like,
You're bringing them on an adventure.
We're here to, as staff, we're here to create the illusion that everything's going fine.
This is
so
fine,
please
don't mind the fire in the back,
include
it's
them
fine.
in any staff issues.
Yes.
I've got a scenario.
All right.
You're walking through a line to go into main hall, and you see me, a person like hunched over, holding their back. They've got, I don't know what it looks like, but the accessibility sticker. What do you do?
Anyone? What do you do?
Is it a sticker this year, or?
Is it gonna be a sticker or a ribbon?
You know what? I don't know. I think it's gonna be stickers.
Stickers?
Usually
Oh, yeah, I
stickers.
think stickers
Okay.
are better.
Just thought I'd
All right.
ask.
So, with that question, anyone know about the accessibility sticker?
yes.
Everyone? Okay, I'll recap just to make sure. All right, so we have an accessibility department that you know of. One of the things we will do for them is help them out in line, give them a little bit of preferential treatment, things like that. We gotta I'm sending a helicopter now. And I don't know why they're sending a helicopter. It's not fire season yet. Anyways, they'll have a special sticker on their badge. Okay, it's not going to say accessibility. Last year it was Little Bonita's cutie mark.
Yep.
Okay, that's our accessibility pony. I'm sure everyone's seen Bonita.
Yeah.
How many of you bought Bonita?
She's a cutie.
She is cutie. All right. We'll have that on their badge. Okay, we don't advertise that we're doing this very much. It's not like, hey, this person needs accessibility help. No, it's just subtle. But as the question goes, you see somebody who's having trouble standing up in line, and you notice on their badge they've got Bonita. What will we do?
Put them in the front line. They go in first, right, with the kids.
Probably get first in line, or I would look to see if I could find a chair. And offer them a chair. Make sure they're okay. Okay?
I also heard it mentioned, what about kids? When do they go in and where do they sit?
Where do the kids sit?
In the front.
In the front. All right.
If they want to.
If
Obviously.
they want to. Not every kid wants to be right up front and center.
But they get in first with.
Accessibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, the accessibility.
And the accessibility stickers will be on Infodesk as well because apparently we're sharing the same. From what I heard.
They're going to be right next to each other. That way it's pretty easy to help out. Yeah, it actually works out well. Someone will walk up to Infodesk. Where's accessibility?
Right there.
The same people will walk up to Infodesk and go, where's Reg?
Turn around.
Hi, Infodesk. We're looking for Infodesk.
Where's Infodesk?
Speaking again as Infodesk for SAC Anime, we have the registration room directly behind our Infodesk. People will come up to us and ask, where's registration?
We're right across from them.
Yeah.
We have people do that
Oh God,
too.
that was so funny the first year. Because it was like.
Yes.
People will ask you the most obvious questions, like where's Infodesk, and you're literally asking Infodesk. Don't be rude.
Yeah.
Not everything is completely obvious to them. Be like, oh, I'm Infodesk. How can I help you? Or registration is right there. You know. Don't be like, duh.
No, we
You
weren't.
found
We were just
it.
being funny.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Like,
As tired as we get hearing it, I'm pretty sure everybody in this room has done something like that, like exactly like that at least once. I know I have many times, more times than I would like to count.
Like, where's
Yeah.
Donna?
I will admit that there's been more ones I've looked at somebody and said, wow, if that was a snake, I would have been bit about 4 times before I caught on.
Me too.
So it happens, you know. I mean, we're in the haze of a con. It's exciting. It's wild. We just had a cool fursuiter come dancing by us. This is awesome. And sometimes the little things like Reg will get missed, you know. Be nice to people. It is friendship is magic. Be friendly with people, I should say. Maybe be friends. But yeah, kindness goes a long way. You'd be amazed. The angry people I've calmed down by just being nice. Listening to their complaint. Things like that. Yes?
Know where the closest bathroom is.
Yes.
Or the
That's a good
furthest.
one.
These are little kids.
They're little kids. Mommy, have to go. Oh, never.
Clearly marked so that they know what line to stand in. Because
You mean
that's
for
the question we
registration?
got a lot. Yeah. Because that's the question we got a lot asked last year. Was, where's this? You know, where's this one? Where's?
I know we do have a sign that's like, if you're a sponsor tier, go in this line.
Okay.
And maybe we just didn't place it in the right spot where it's clearly visible.
Or maybe I don't know. Or maybe they weren't.
Well, remember,
Yeah,
Reg
or
was
maybe it
moved
wasn't there.
around a couple times.
We did move Reg a couple.
Yeah.
I know day 0 it was like up by where the
Here.
It was
They
here.
have there's separate signs for all the separate lines.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I know that last year was special because we had 4 days and it was like we only had certain things at certain times, so it's not our usual. This year it is our usual. So I think it's always just going to be down in the foyer or whatever. I know that we will have day 0 registration. I don't know if that's going to be still in the foyer or another special place, but you will find out soon.
Okay.
We'll let you know in the guidebook, so check it out.
Okay. So with that said, you're going to have a lot of fun. This is going to be exciting. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. What are you going to do as far as the 3 rules of running a convention? They are 6-2-1, which is
6 hours of sleep.
All right.
2 meals a day.
2
2
meals a
proper
day.
meals.
Real meals. M&M's is not a real meal.
Snacks don't count that.
Okay. And what's the last one?
1 shower a day.
Thank you.
At least.
And don't cough on people.
Don't cough on people.
And use deodorant.
06201.
Yeah.
0 coughs, please.
0 coughs, please, please, please. Please follow these rules. It will make your convention experience 100 times more better. Trust me, I've tried violating them. Yeah, and remember, we have staff feed.
Yes.
Now, I won't say that it's a 7-course gourmet meal.
If you want that, the Bernie Chef has that, and it's $150 for the dinner and then $65 for the brunch and the lunch. So if you want that, please email events@babscon.com.
Yes, if you want to go to the events thing, that is awesome.
Boom.
Absolutely fantastic. But if you're a regular staffer and you're poor like me, Staff feed is there for you, and utilize them.
It's awesome.
Now, the next thing, so let's see here. Let's say I can on an occasion be an abrasive person. Are anyone surprised at any of that? So actually, we'll use you as an example. I just did something to offend this guy. Okay? I'm a staffer. Do you yell at me right then and there?
That's not the right time.
Exactly.
It's time, yeah, you don't yell at people in public, right? Like later on, it's like, oh yeah, get you into a closed room.
Right. There are places you can sneak off to in this hotel where you can talk to people. Okay? Or the next thing, let's say you're a lead. Are you a lead?
I'm not.
You're not? Sorry, you want to be a lead? I can fix that. Okay.
Make you dynamically.
Dynamically? No. Anyway, all right. So for all you leads, all of a sudden one of your staffers comes up and flips out. Just they're angry, they're yelling, they're just horribly upset. But they're in the middle of the foyer. What do?
Get them to a quiet place. Get them to staff feed. Get them to a hotel room. Get them out of public eye.
Bingo. These are conversations we do not want to have in front of our attendees. We're just like Disneyland. It is the happiest place on earth. On this side of the wall. On that side of the wall. All right?
Same thing with Great America.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Get them out. I have actually taken attendees into the little security lobby back here, not attendees, the staffers in the security lobby back here, and dealt with their situation, not with security, just it was out of the way, it was quiet, it was peaceful. We got it resolved, okay? Now, I would also hope that every single one of you feels the need that when you're getting that angry and that upset, that before you flip out, come find someone to talk to, okay? I'll be around most of the con, Faye will be around, we will be busy, but I have time for you people, okay? I will happily sit down in a quiet space and let you scream your head off at me because so-and-so posted something bad on Facebook. I don't care. And I know Boatson will do the same thing, okay? Or if you do have a problem with another staffer or something, let us know. I can't fix things that I don't know about. But I can fix a lot of things if you tell me. So don't let it get to that, my God, I'm ready to quit and hurt people. Come to us before you get to that and say, hey, I'm really having a problem with this, or this person is just driving me up the wall, or I signed up to do XYZ job and I just discovered I hate it. It happens. We understand. Remember, not only are our attendees supposed to have fun, but you guys are supposed to be having fun here too, right?
Yep.
Yeah? I mean, it's kind of why you're doing it. Yeah. Sure not my wonderful, charming personality.
I mean, you like fun, yeah?
But maybe. Okay. No, you just like coming to my place for barbecues.
You know, there is that too.
There's that too. So yeah, please, people, you know, if you're having a bad day or having a bad moment or just a bad interaction, find one of the execs or somebody you can trust or you feel you can trust and just go up to your hotel room and talk about it, you know? There's no shame in that at all.
I got a question. So if you're like, there's like an event, like they want to attend to, but you're a staff member, like who do you talk to for that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
If you're like your shift or something, like if you're on your shift, and but there's like this event, like you really want to attend to, like say the
Autographs or
karaoke. I know there's this karaoke thing going on Friday afternoon.
Talk to your lead.
Yeah,
Talk to your lead.
You have
Okay.
to set up your schedules with your
Repeat the question for the live streamers, please.
Oh, live stream. So the question was, you have an event, you're on staff, and you have an event you really want to do, okay? So what you want to do is on day 0, when you're meeting with your lead,
Or before, if you
Yes,
know.
or before,
If you download the guidebook and see the schedule of events and write down what you want to do and save it on your account, then you'll know ahead of time so you can do exactly what you're about to say. What?
Yeah.
Good.
Good, much
Talk to
before
your
the
lead.
con.
And for all you people who are leading or leads, please try to honor the request as best you can, okay? well, like I said, we're here to have a good time. However, I am going to throw this out there that we are all staff, and we signed up to do this. We're getting certain benefits to do this. There might be that unfortunate occasion that your request just can't be honored. Okay? There's been a couple of times that I've wanted to go do things, but I was the exec on duty, and other attendees had other plans that involved Flair. I couldn't do them. In fact, the going joke with our further confusion, which I worked for many years, I never saw the art show. I always wanted to go see the art show. I love the art. I never got to go see the art show because I was always too busy.
And then we stopped having art show due to
And then you start having an art show. Yeah. So it does happen, and just if it does happen, we're sorry, but you did kind of happen. Yes.
You can always ask if you can work the event that you want to go to.
There's a good answer.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And there's our HR person who probably has great advice for us.
You always want to. We all know that the schedule is not always out when we want it to be, but now that it is, the earlier you tell your leads what you want to do, the better, so we can work rotation schedules. If you don't tell them in advance and they're understaffed, I'm talking to you. The question, man.
Oh, my question.
We're not always going to be able to set the schedule, so that's why you want to do it as soon as possible. Because if you're understaffed, people like me, I never went to the staff lead until last year, and I've been working this event for many, many, many years. I never went to the staff lead until last year because I was understaffed. So the earlier you know you want to do something, tell your lead in advance, or else you'll be up a creek.
Yep, because we want you to have a great time, but we have a con to run, and you guys are all part of it, okay? So we need your help to run it. So please, let them know ahead of time if you can, and if it just doesn't work out, and it's rare, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, there is next year, Oh, we got maps. No? All right.
See what?
All right. So, you see a staffer kind of wandering the halls, looking pretty bedraggled. Yeah.
They're throwing up as they go around.
Throwing up, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not doing that again. If you see someone running down the halls throwing up, let somebody know. That happened last year. But yeah, so you see your staffer staggering around. Yes.
Hey, you doing okay?
I don't know.
When's the last time you ate or drank something?
Yes.
Right, I'm taking you to staff feed.
Very good.
I'll go with you. I'm probably hungry too.
There you go.
Please do watch out for fellow staffers. That was a perfect example of exactly what to do. If you know someone's been at their post for hours and they probably haven't eaten, please ask. Just be like, hey, have you eaten anything? Something that I do and that a lot of other staffers do is sometimes we'll just go to staff feed and get stuff for people. Or hey, come with me to say, hey, have you eaten? Yeah, let's go to staff feed. Okay, cool. So please utilize staff feed even if it is for someone else. We're all family here, we're all friends here. We better make sure that we are all having a good time. And sometimes people just can't get away from their job to do certain things, like go to staff feed, so please ask them.
Friends don't let friends go hungry.
Yeah.
Yep. Like the year that there was
Remember 621? 6 hours of sleep, 2 meals, and a shower.
And deodorant.
I will spray you with Febreze.
Deodorant.
I will hide you.
Everyone takes a shower.
Please.
And please, use deodorant.
Also,
We have enough con-funk. We don't need more from you guys. Set an example.
All right. Do remember to wash your hands, use your hand sanitizer, things like that.
Elbow bump.
Yeah. And I'm going to put something out there. Right now, everyone's very concerned about coronavirus and stuff like that. Hey, newsflash. The flu is still killing way more people than coronavirus.
Yes. The flu always does kill more people.
Excuse me. It's around. And con crud is still very much out there. So even though we're all worried about coronavirus, I'm not worried about that. I'm not gonna get that. I'm gonna get con crud. Yeah. So please wash your hands, cough into a tissue, drink some water. Guess not. You know, stay hydrated. I usually keep a little bottle of hand sanitizer with me. Hey, how you doing?
There will be a big bottle of hand sanitizer on the info desk table.
I usually don't like to shake hands with people that often. So, hey, how you doing? I'll go, oh, hey, how you doing? Who's from?
Yeah.
Okay? Minimize my contact. I then don't go like this. Okay? I'm also in this day and age. Hey, you know, I don't know. How about elbow bumps? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you know.
There's another new one where you take each other's
Air hugs.
shoes.
Yeah, air hugs work good.
Or you can do the hoof tap.
Yeah.
Foot taps, yeah.
Foot taps, yeah, those work. But try to minimize what you touch with these and stay away from touching this. Okay?
Have you ever seen Fern Gully?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
I'll offer to shake my hand again.
Yeah.
No, come here. I'll offer to shake my hand. She didn't know. He's like, I didn't do it. She's like,
well, I won't shake your hand, but I'll shake a little. And as they run through the hall screaming in terror, no.
Then I know my wish is done.
Dance off for the title of chair.
That's it.
I'll sit on the ground. You can have that time.
This question got asked in the live stream, but I'd like to bring it up here.
Sure.
Where is alcohol allowed in the hotel?
On the party floor and in your room. And nowhere else. All right? Or in the appropriate.
And the bar.
I don't know.
I have a question.
The bar.
And the bar over here.
Actual bar.
Yeah.
So what if you see a dude who's got a handle of vodka staggering around the main floor of the hotel? Do you take that alcohol from them?
No.
I had a staffer who got punched in the face for doing that.
Oh my.
Ask him why he's not sharing.
That's one. Okay. We'll go back to this a little bit. It is not your job to reprimand people. Okay. It's not your job to enforce rules. Okay. Not your job to make sure that if someone's probably not following the code of conduct, you're to enforce it. We aren't enforcers. That's what we got flair for. They are the enforcers.
But if you see somebody breaking the code of conduct, you have to notify.
Yeah, remember? See something here, say something. Okay? Don't be the person to get involved. Even if you're trained, okay. Work for a fire department, all right? I work for the cops in this fire department. You know, thank God not law enforcement. I'd be a terrible cop. Hey, did you steal that? No? Oh, okay. No. Okay, I've been on enough emergency calls through my life that I actually try not to see them when I'm driving on the highway. I don't need to get involved in these things. If I see flare there, guess what? This is on them. Take care of it. If I see someone violating the rules, it ain't my job. I will call flare and have them go do it. Okay? If I found this person down, I will do what I need to do. But once flare gets there, here's your patient. This is what I've done so far. Have a nice day. And I'm out. Okay? So don't get involved in these things. If you don't have to be there, by golly, don't be there. If you're the person who's walking along and watching the staffer flip out to his lead or her lead, don't get involved with that. That's between them. You know?
Don't feed the drama llama.
Thank you. Do not feed this drama llama.
Feed yourself.
Yes, feed yourself.
The drama llama exists. Make sure it does not let.
Don't be part of the drama. Don't get involved in the drama. You don't need to be part of it. If you look at something and go, do I need to be part of this? The answer is no. You know, for the most part. With very few exceptions. Let somebody else deal with it. I know, I sure try to. I don't need to be part of any of this. All right. Any other questions? Anything, anyone can think of anything else? Yes.
They charge for a
what if I'm not staff and I want to call constable? Is that allowed?
Yes, it is on. That number is on everybody's badge.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So, poor con ops will get crazy phone calls. Actually, I got a couple of them that were almost even legit. Almost.
Almost.
All right. Okay, I think we've kind of covered pretty much everything. Remember, if it's a big emergency, fire, earthquake, something huge is going on, well, fire and earthquake we'll probably have all figured out on our own.
You are responsible for yourself, not
Yeah.
for anybody
No.
else.
Fire alarm.
If something bad, really bad happens, we will give the con to Flair. Flair will take over, okay? These guys have been doing this for 35 years now? Yeah, I think right around 35 years of convention, safety, and security. They know what to do, okay? We'll let them deal with it, all right? So they'll be in charge. I've never been to a convention that they've had to take over all the way. I know they've done it, but I've luckily never been at one of these. So, all right, so I'm on board. All right? Hey, I want you to go do something. I'm on board. But it's an unreasonable request. What are you going to do?
Let me talk to my leader. That's like, I'll find you.
All right. There you go. So,
What was the answer?
What was it? Oh, yeah, you can hear it. I'm sorry, I can hear you.
It's the one thing of, I will find the person that you can go to for that.
Yeah. Okay. So, maybe sort of kind of go along with my request-ish, but you might want to let con ops. Who knows? Maybe I've been violating 621. That happens. Okay, now, something getting kind of serious on. I'm Simon. As a board member, I would like you to. And I give you an order that sounds reasonable.
That sounds reasonable. If it's not my job?
Even if it's not your job. As a board member, I want you to do X.
I will do it.
Yes. Okay? The secret code here for all of you is any of the board members come up to you and just tell you something, we're acting as staff. But if I come up to you, Fable comes up to you, Becky comes up to you, I think that's all we got here, and says, as a board member, I need you to do X. It means it's serious, and I need you to follow those instructions explicitly. Because it's probably a reason that I'm not going to tell you about that I need that to happen. Yes?
So we didn't do the con chair at the aircraft.
What?
The con chair?
Yeah?
At the aircraft.
Enunciate.
Oh. I was almost going to try to avoid that one.
That's a rough one.
All right.
That hurt.
If what? What?
What? So, you're wandering the party floor, and you see Fable wearing his leopard skin Speedo.
Okay, bad.
Maybe not the best choice of wear for
Cursed
the
image.
Completely plowed, yeah? Okay.
What party was that in?
What party were you at? Okay, so we've got the con chair, vice chair, somebody like that, is now incapacitated for some reason. You find them, they're drunk or something like that.
Does ConOps exist at this point?
They may or may not.
Exist?
Could be late.
No, like I'm talking about like at time. What time is it?
What time of day?
Oh. Well, let's say we're going to run it both ways. First one, they're open.
They're open?
Mm-hmm.
First I'm going to go, hey, Fable, how you doing?
And I'll say, hey, I'm doing good.
When's the last time you ate or drank something? Hey, follow me. We're going to staff feed.
All right, let's do Staffy. Good, let's do it. Where is that? And then you're like, yeah.
Then I'm like, yeah, room whatever it
Yeah,
is.
it's like 20 something.
Yeah, 20 whatever we decide this year.
Okay. So
was that okay?
Yeah, it's pretty good. So we want to kind of get our lead person out of public view.
Yeah.
Okay. duck down a hallway or something like that, you need to. Let cons ops, let con ops know, okay? Because they're going to call one of us who isn't hammered to go get them.
Calling us is probably the best idea
Yeah.
because you don't know how much he's had. He could be a medical emergency real quick.
Okay.
Because he might be, oh, I'm gonna, and like DED dead on the floor. Not literally, but like, oh
Yeah.
shit. Sorry. Oh darn.
I would call con ops at some point. It's just I wanted to check and get him heading in that direction first.
Right.
So
Are you going to leave him alone? Oh, hey, staff feed's down that way.
No,
See ya.
I am not leaving the scene.
Like, where's your hotel room? Let's take
Yeah.
you there.
It's just like the medical emergency thing. If there's like a medical emergency, a flare gets called, it's not like, hey, oh look, my panel's up in 5 minutes. I gotta go. No, you stay there.
Right. You got everyone heard that, right?
Yeah.
You're walking down the hall and you find someone down on the ground for any reason. Do you go, ah, sucks to be you? Call con ops and head on off?
Nope.
No.
You are in charge of the scene until flare gets there.
Thank you. That's your scene. It's your call. So now, I need you to stay there. Okay? If you feel comfortable doing medical stuff within your training, you can do it if you want to. If you don't feel comfortable, and there are some people that, I barely know how to put on a Band-Aid. Cool. Don't do it. Just stand there, be with the person, keep other people away.
Hey folks, mind if I get you to walk the other way?
Yeah. Now, here's a situation. You're up in one of these hallways, okay? You're nowhere near your room. The person who's passed out obviously isn't going to tell you the room. You don't have a good cell phone battery because you've been out reading guidebook, okay? Now what? You found this guy. You have no way to contact anyone. You're in an area that doesn't have phones.
Is there anyone else around?
Yeah, you can always, if someone comes by.
Dude, go call con support.
Yeah.
Con ops. Sorry, my bad.
Con ops. Okay, but sometimes you got to be kind of careful with that. Sure, man, I will call con whoever they are.
Con people.
Con people. And oh, hey, dude, let's go to your room. And then, people do that, unfortunately. They get a little distracted. You might very well need to, unfortunately, leave that person briefly while you go find a way to call somebody.
Yeah.
Okay? I am not horribly opposed to maybe knocking on a few doors. Okay? This person's down. This could be a real life and death deal. Bang on a door. Someone answer. Yeah? Hey, we have a medical emergency out here. Can you call? Either can you
Boardroom,
call,
whatever.
Yeah, the operator and tell them to get Consport. Now, if you get a person who's not part of us, they will call 911. Is what it is. Okay. But the long and short of it is, we need to get this person down help. Okay. So if you need to leave them in that instance, so you can go find somebody to call, please do. Don't feel like I've got to stay here and watch the person die because you didn't know you couldn't leave them. All right? Yes?
Just going off of personal experience, do not listen to them if they say they are okay.
I'm fine. It's only a
I'm
flesh wound.
fine. It's only a flesh wound.
It's only a flesh wound. Hold still.
Just to let you guys know, those of you who don't know, I was in the hospital in November because my dad listened to me and said that I was okay. I almost died. Do not listen to that person if they say they are okay.
And they're clearly not.
And they're clearly not.
I'm fine.
Sorry, I don't mean to bring up personal
Yeah.
things.
No, I've had people do that, and even at work. Hey, you okay? And then the guy said, yeah, I'm fine. You know what? Hey, we're going to have an engine come out and just check. It's paramedics. You tell them. Just let them check. It's not going to hurt you. It don't cost you anything. Hey, most people are really cool with that. The paramedics have that against medical advice form that they can legally sign, so when they do drop, he told you.
Yeah.
It's the I told you so form.
Yep.
Reiterating that EMT help is free will really help the anxiety of the person because not everyone is from this country and not everyone has medical insurance.
Yep.
Yeah. So, hey, they'll come up, they'll check in. Doesn't cost you a dime. And if you really are good to go, Yeah, fine. You know, you just helped us practice. We need to practice.
Yeah, we need to train you
You
to do
know?
whatever.
Whatever. You know, yeah.
Sorry, I was gonna ask
Oh, yeah, go
another
ahead.
thing. Do we want to tell them? Because I know. Oh, so ConOps closes at 12. But what? Because I know we have like the phone and stuff like that, and we have exec on duty. Do we want to like say what protocols we have in place for after dark? Not after dark, but after night.
The next morning.
Safety. Like. Doesn't the exec on duty usually have like a phone?
Yeah, the exec on duty will have the phone.
Is that phone?
Well,
does that phone
I don't
have-
think we've had that discussion yet ourselves.
Isn't that what we always done?
We never done exec on duty.
What?
Yeah.
I was exec on duty like 2 years ago. What are you talking about?
2 years ago. I was sort of exec on duty for like 15 hours one time.
Figure it out last year. but
Interesting.
never-
Yeah,
Okay.
it just never really truly happened. That's why we need to have that kind of decision where the phone goes to flare
Okay. So back in the day, we used to have exec on duty, and that's like there's usually two people. Like there's always two executives who are just always on, and it's not like the same people are always on. It's just like, hey, from midnight to 3, you guys are exec on duty. From 3 o'clock to 6, you guys are exec on duty. So there's always people up in case anything happens at any time. We will formalize that, and hopefully we'll have more info next time we have this meeting. But typically that's what happens. And typically we have a phone, and I think it should be the ConOps number. I don't know. Usually we have there's sometimes 2 numbers that we have.
Yeah.
But hopefully, ideally, the ConOps number, when the ConOps is closed, the person who has that phone will be the exec on duty. So no matter what, the ConOps number will reach someone who can help.
Yes. That's the big thing for
And also, everyone
to know.
always wears their earpieces. So for the radio. So if you need somebody and they have a radio on, they can contact everyone else who has radios on. I literally sleep with the radio, like not in the earpiece, but on, so it'll just like blurt out, and I just like have it next to my bed. So like.
Yeah, don't shower with it this time.
Yeah,
That's
don't
really
shower.
bad.
Yeah. No showering with it, but I have it there like right outside, so in case anything happens.
So-
David, we need you right now. Get like in a towel. Down the con support in my
I just saw the chair of the con run by in a towel. Is everything okay?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Nothing to see here. This is not the con chair you're in. So remember, the number will be on your badge. Call it. Somebody should answer that phone. Okay? If they don't answer the phone, head up to Flair and talk to them. You can't find anybody there, and it's serious. The little hallway right here, just by the elevators, with the new automatic doors. You walk through there, security for the hotels right there. We really, really, really don't want to get those guys involved. They are nice people. They take care of us. But let's try to keep our problems in-house.
Yeah.
So don't run to them for everything. Call.
ConOps.
Thank you. That's another reason why we like that. Yes?
We have someone in the chat. I'm just going to read what they said and let me know if this is true. They go, EMT here, so they're named EMT. If you're on illicit drugs or underage drinking, please tell us if we ask. We're not going to report you. We need to know so that we can help you properly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So don't lie to emergency people if they're trying to help you with like bad stuff.
That's not in there.
I can't tell you how many times we've run into that. Have you taken anything? I don't care. I'm not the cops. I'm the guy trying to save you. Okay? Please, if you decide to do some recreational pharmaceuticals, all right, and you're having a problem or your buddy's having a problem, let us know what he took, because what they took, I can probably give them something, or not me, the medics will give them something to fix it.
Yep.
Okay? Or, if we don't know, we could give them something that'll make it a lot worse. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
So, let us know. Those things are important.
Here's something to segue off of that, even though, yes, it's legal in California, the hotel itself is still a non-smoking facility. So the only places that smoking stuff could take place is in the designated smoking areas outside.
I believe there's one downstairs.
One downstairs and there's one upstairs in the parking garage.
Yeah. The one upstairs in the parking garage, I like that one better. But anyway, but there's two designated smoking areas. One downstairs by like the lobby, not the lobby entrance, but like around the corner from it.
The front entrance.
So if you see somebody walking around in the hotel,
Yeah.
obviously doing something, what do you call?
Please don't smoke or vape inside the hotel.
Okay, well, here's the thing. If you see somebody out there smoking, walking to the hotel, as a staffer, I'm gonna say, hey, buddy, it's a non-smoking place. You can go up above the parking lot. That's where our con chair likes. Or
It has a good view. Just to be clear, it's because it has a great view.
Like I say,
and
if you're
people are
polite
there.
and
That's
courteous
not-
to people, it just
not high
hey,
while I'm
it is against the rules. Most people will go right along with it. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, I'll go out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
People of whom I think, well, I've seen vape indoors because they'll think, oh, just one off, it won't bother anybody. You can give somebody an asthma attack. I've had relatives overstay their welcome at my place, and
Relatives are good at that.
they are. But one of my cats developed asthma.
Wow.
Because of and I told this relative, none of that in my house, and he said okay. And it wasn't until the second, because I'm a genius. The second time this person overstayed their welcome, when it came back, I realized that is what was giving my cat asthma. Both my cats.
Right.
So you don't know what someone else's health problem is. So just please don't do any of that indoors, because you don't know who you could hurt.
The way I look at it, if I see you smoking inside, I'm going to assume you're on fire. And I will take appropriate action. I work with CAL FIRE, that involves a shovel.
I thought you were gonna say bucket.
We talked about as working here, being on staff, on duty, about partaking of, we want everybody to have a good time, but you shouldn't be showing up to work inebriated or high
severely
or anything
hungover.
like that. So just remember, when you're here working at the convention, kind of tone it down a little bit.
Yeah. Remember, you represent the con.
Yes.
Okay? If you're out there wearing your con staff badge and your staff t-shirt, knocking them back if you're old enough, and being a belligerent snot, people aren't going to say you are the one being a belligerent. They're going to, those BABSCon people are the belligerent ones, or jerks, or whatever. You represent us. People will totally base their entire opinion of our convention on your simple action. Okay? It's just this weird human nature thing. So if you want to go into the black hole and have a good time, Lord knows I wouldn't. Please take your staff shirt off, take your badge off, and leave it in your room and have a wonderful time. Just make sure that you are okay to show up for your next shift. As that was said, you really shouldn't be inebriated because you aren't going to help. You're going to be a problem. You shouldn't be high for a whole bunch of reasons. And being hungover is just as bad. Okay? Besides, at that point, you're not having fun anymore. Okay? So please, remember that you do represent the con. And your actions, how you do things, what you say to people will affect their overall opinion of this con. So if someone comes up and you go, I've got a problem, man, and you look at them and go, tough poopies. All right? That's a poor example. People are going to remember that, man. I got told tough poopies by a guy. They don't care that I've had the worst day of my life. That totally violated 621. And that, I'm just a complete mess. They don't care. I just told them tough poopies, and I represent the con. But if they come up and I've got a problem, you go, you know what? I'd love to help you. I'm not the right person, or I can't. Let me find somebody who can. And if worse comes to worse, whip out your cell phone, flip over your badge, and call.
Connor.
and they will happily help them. Okay? There's no harm in looking someone square in the face and going, I really don't know. And please, if you don't know, don't make it up. Okay? Just hand them to somebody who does. Somebody around there will help them. A lot of their questions are, where's this panel? What time is autographs? Things like that. You pull out your phone and go, we've got a guidebook. This guidebook is awesome.
Yep.
You know?
Plug that to the moon.
That'll solve a lot of problems right there. And then send them to the info desk.
Yep.
We are glad to help.
We are here to help. That's right. So, yes.
I know some attendees, but also some staffers will be having service animals. So, number one rule with service animals is they're on the job. Please don't ask them to them. Yeah, like anything else, don't bother people with service animals.
Yeah. Okay. A rule with animals.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're wearing a vest or not. In fact, it kind of annoys me when people do it to my dog. I think one of the live streams you saw my dog. Okay? They come running up and hug my dog. It's so pretty and cute. No. Let her get to know you first, okay? Ask me to pet your dog. Every time I look at something, whether it be a service animal or just someone walking their dog, I'll usually, hey, can I pet your friend right there? And most people are like, yeah, cool. I have been told by people, no, my dog isn't that friendly. Okay? Cool. If you see them on a vest, just assume that they are working and they don't want to be petted, you know? You might ask, say, your dog's beautiful. Would it be okay if I pet? And if they say no, don't get offended. Oh, that person didn't let me pet their dog. No, the dog's got a job. That's a working dog. You know?
Yep.
I mean, you wouldn't want to go try to pet a police guard dog or something. I wouldn't.
Canine unit? No.
Canine unit, yeah. Hey, nice doggy. Want Cheetos? No. Yes.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but is it still illegal to ask, hey, what's your service animal for?
Yes, that is against the no-no.
You shouldn't
That's like a
It's
personal
none of your
question.
business.
you shouldn't ask what it's for or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm just.
Or especially also if someone has like a Bonita badge for accessibility, you'd be like, oh, what's your accessibility need or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's
Why do you have that? Now,
I was trying to bring that up.
it is okay to say, I see you have a Bonita badge. Is there something I can do to help you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay? And let them, if they are comfortable telling you, yeah, I can't walk, I can't sit, I can't see, whatever it is that their need is, that's cool. If they say, no, I'm good, enjoy the con. You know? We can't ask. In fact, so for info desk.
Yep.
Okay, let's say the accessibility folks have taken off and some guy walks up looking pretty spry like me. Oh, I'm old and fat, never mind. Says, hey, can I get one of them Bonita things?
Not an info desk. So let me
No.
direct you to info desk and
Yeah.
info desk.
Well, info desk.
Info desk.
No. I need, Kim, you're better at this than I am.
What?
The
I'm looking
Bonita-
pretty healthy here.
Yeah.
I just asked you
Okay,
for an
so-
accessibility sticker.
Accessibility
Yep.
was one. you said.
Give it. I
Okay.
can't ask what my problem is.
Oh, okay.
Give it.
Yeah. Maybe I don't hear well and I've been reading lips the whole time.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
I can't ask. Okay? So yeah, Zoom height.
Cover that sneeze.
A lot of people also can't communicate that because my brother is autistic and handicapped on top of that physically.
Yeah.
He can't say, oh, I have muscular dystrophy, you know. So.
Someone asks, you give it.
Is there not ways to properly ask?
Nope.
Nope. It's rude.
It's
Yeah,
beyond.
welcome to only out one. Yeah, so yeah, you have to go based on what they say. It's very, it really is the honor system, okay? And I have to say, most of our attendees are pretty honorable. So they'll tell you if they need it, you know. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone BS their way. Of course, then the next thing though is you got the problem of, oh man, I saw these guys had this really cool cutie mark sticker. Can I get one? There you go. Why not?
Because they're for different attendees.
Okay. 2, 1.
Oh wait, let me double check that.
And I'll turn on my audio so I
Yeah.
can check.
As soon as YouTube says it's live, excellent connection. Looks like it. Wait a little bit. We got it. Okay, we're on.
We're
back. Get it right?
We're back.
Okay,
Yay, we're back.
All right. Welcome back to our show.
cool. You must back.
It's the Simon Show.
It's the Simon Show. Simon says. Hey, Simon says, don't give out confidentiality information. So, we brought this up. For those who are just coming back to us, BABSCon's going to have an after dark event for art show, okay, in a vendor's area. It's where if you're into pony stuff of that ilk,
not safe for work things,
you can get it, okay? However, we have not announced this to the general public yet. And we're going to ask that all of you do not go to your Twitter feeds and announce it to the general public yet. Wait for the official announcement, okay? Please. And if you hear other information out there, please don't go advertise it unless it's an official announcement. Now, if you see the official announcement in Slack announcements, by golly, make sure you put that on everything you can think of and then some. But wait for that official announcement. As far as the After Dark Vendor Hall, we'll probably need some extra help, as I was telling people, okay? We're expecting a decent-sized crowd. It seems like it's going to be popular. So if you're available Friday night, you might need some line control. We're going to have Flair helping us out as well, okay? If you decide to partake in the After Hours Vendor Hall, hey, it's good stuff. I would ask that you not have your staff stuff on, unless you're officially working it. Just because you're not working, you probably don't want to have your staff stuff on anyways. And please remember to take your stuff, put it in your backpack, take it up to your room. It can't be out in the public area. We've already talked about this a little bit, but if you see someone whip their stuff out, please remind them that it is a family event and that stuff needs to not be there, okay? We really don't want parents to see that because there's nothing going to be worse than mom with her 2 little kids seeing someone show pony plot, okay? And she's going to flip out. Even though kids have no idea what they just saw. She is going to flip out and it's just going to be bad. So, yes?
So do we have a day and time for that yet?
Yes. Friday and Saturday evenings, I think we're going to go 9 to 2. Yeah, 9 to 2. And it's going to be over here in Sequoia.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they said they had 20?
25.
Huh?
I think 20 vendors?
25 vendors.
25?
34.
Okay. 25 people are going to bring their special art with them, including our very own trees. Yeah. So,
It's going to have some kind of catchy name, or is it just after dark?
did we name it?
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was.
Wait, what?
Well, what did we name After Dark?
It's called Nightmare Hall or Nightmare Vendor Hall?
Nightmare Market.
Nightmare Vendor Hall.
Thank you. Nightmare Market. Right?
Yeah, that's what it is on the.
Right, if you're not into that stuff, it will be a
Yeah.
nightmare.
Is it on the guidebook?
It's on. I don't believe it's on the
Oh,
guidebook.
okay, never mind.
I saw it on a
On the
diagram.
chat? Oh, on the what?
Diagram.
Okay, cool.
Moon had a fun side.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, one of the other things, since we're talking about that kind of stuff,
Something that will last forever.
how about you? You're walking along down in the foyer, and you see this nice-looking couple just totally engaged.
Oh my.
Right? What are you gonna do?
Take it to the bar, people.
If possible. Okay?
Barn.
Oh. It might be awkward. I can't have the social graces of a train wreck, so I will walk up to them and go, "Hey, I'm glad that you enjoy yourselves. We're a public event. We have little kids here. Please, can you
Is this a closed
do that
bar?
elsewhere?" Now, if they tell me to go pound sand or something else, or join in.
Sharing is not caring.
Yeah. That's when we would call ConOps, and ConOps will call Flair, and they will happily go down and tell them to shove off.
Get a room.
If the hotel security.
Right.
So yes. What about you're walking around and you see someone in their cosplay, but something's come undone and maybe they're showing just a little more than you think's appropriate, or maybe they're cosplay.
Accidentally on purpose?
Yeah. Okay. Things are hanging out where they probably shouldn't be.
Nothing is left to be imagination.
What do you do?
Notify them and then.
Yeah.
Your thing came undone.
Yeah, I would be polite and, excuse me, hey, you might want to fix that. Okay? You don't announce it. Oh, man, dude, you need to pack that up.
So it might be a good idea to get somebody who is of similar, gender maybe. Like not everyone is obvious in their gender identity, but if you find someone who looks female, get another female.
Yeah,
To try and be like, hey, I'm sorry, but you're I don't think that's sticking out,
But the things aren't coming out or are coming out or, hey,
most
our
of the time
head
they're like,
just
oh my
right down
God.
highway, that's it. Yes. And don't offer to fix it.
No.
Oh, here, let me touch you back. That doesn't work. Yes.
What about hey, there's this guy that's been following me. I'm in the cosplay, and there's some guy following me. What do we do?
All right.
Well,
You all heard that
I mean-
question? That's a good question. Okay. So everyone heard of the havens? Do you know about the havens? It's been in
Yes.
Slack.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can make it to a haven, do so. Okay. They have the little blue lantern thing. Yes.
So in other words, he was talking like if you see someone or someone
No, like
comes up to you.
Simon is a staff member. I'm in cosplay. Hey, there's this dude that's been following you for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah. Also, it would be great to like if you have a table to maybe put them back behind the table. Always report it.
Yeah. Always report it. But yeah, if you can get some separation, that's a great thing. That's what the havens are for. But if you don't have a haven, it's not convenient, find a way to separate them. If you need to, duck in a back hallway. The hotel might grumble a little bit, I don't care. Okay? And by golly, make sure you call ops.
You can always take them to con-ops too.
Yeah. Hey, maybe escorting them up to con-ops would be a great thing if they feel comfortable about doing it. Some people aren't. Okay? So say, hey, why don't you follow me? We're going to go to con-ops. I will stay right with you. And we'll get somebody. As you're walking along, you see someone like me with a radio. Hey, psst, come here. We need to talk.
If someone's like stalking you, or you need help, or you have that sort of situation, like you're wearing a cosplay and people are doing weird things, we have our cosplay haven lanterns for that too.
Yeah, I was just saying that.
Oh, you did. Just double checking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, don't leave them alone. Don't blow them off. This is serious. Okay. Make sure that they're taken care of appropriately. Yes?
A few things about that. One, if I'm a guy and it's a girl, do not touch. Frankly, just don't touch at all.
Don't touch.
And also, do we want to get a description of the guy who's been following?
If you can, yes.
Yes.
Okay?
Just don't make it obvious.
Yeah. Don't make it blatantly obvious. It's like, hey, that guy's stalking me. And I'm like, really? Hey, wait a minute. I got to get a description. Hold on. Hey, Blake, can you sit for a second? Smile for the picture. Smile for the Oh, wait, as long as you're doing it. Just call him. All right. Try to be discreet. Now, I have seen people who will actually pretend they're talking on the phone or doing a selfie and make sure that the bad guy or their target is in the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen people do that. Be careful. People are kind of wise to that trick. But yeah, get them to a lantern, a haven. Get them up to con-ops. Yeah, I said it right. Hey! Get them up to con-ops, okay? And let people know. Not everybody. And do we confront the dude?
No.
That
He's ready
is
to get
not your
punched in the
job.
face.
Okay? Sometimes these people, they might look like they're stalking, but they're just fanboying. They don't really know that what they're doing is a total creep move. There are people out there just really don't get the social interaction to understand that, you know, standing behind a fursuiter or a cosplayer drooling is just a bit inappropriate. Okay? And sometimes they just have to have it whispered in their ear that, dude, come on, get a towel. But there are, unfortunately, people out there that do know it's inappropriate and are predatory. And where I don't like it, they are there. We need to be on the watch for it. So, same thing if you see somebody who just doesn't look right, they don't have a con badge. Okay? And they're hanging out in our lobby looking at kids or cosplayers or whatever.
Making inappropriate remarks too.
Maybe, yeah, not even gotten that far yet. We've got a little bit of a problem with this. A, it's a public space, okay? Anyone can go and sit in our public area, all right? But let Flair know that it's going on. They might go down there and keep an eye out and stuff. If the person makes inappropriate comments, yeah, then I can do something. Now you're being creepy, and I can ask you to leave her event.
Like in a public space, yeah, I'd like to see some of that tail.
Yeah, you know. And sometimes people make comments like that to their buddy, and they don't realize that they just said it at the top of their lungs because they're drunk.
In a public space.
In a public space. Oh, dude, I'd like to see that bra pop off. Dude! No. You might need to remind them that that comment is totally inappropriate.
Yeah.
You have little kids around, and that very well could violate our
Or a
harassment
PG,
policy.
or a PG-ish 13 show.
And once again, like I said, you're talking to people, be friendly, be nice, be courteous. Hey, dude, you know, just to let you know, your voice carried a little bit on that one. Yeah, can you work with us here a little bit? You know, most people will go along with it. They tell you to pound sand, call con ops. We'll happily have Flair come down and they will tell them to pound sand. So, we also know which laundry carts you can milk bodies into. No, I'm sorry.
There's also, this is a big thing that I say like every single year, so please listen, because I know it just happens. People do it to me, and I'm like, what are you doing? Please don't like create, but also don't spread con drama. The convention is it's a show. It's a play, and like the show must go on. Imagine you go to a performance and then you meet the actors afterwards. The actors aren't going to be like, oh man, I can't believe I missed my cue, or oh, did you see how this person, the prop wasn't even there, I can't believe it. Like, no one says that. Like, that's not a real thing. So don't say that about the con, and don't say that during the con. Even like staff to staff, but especially staff to attendees, don't be like, oh, I heard this panel got shut down because of some crazy thing that happened last night on the party floor. No, like, don't do that. That's how like rumors spread, and that's how like misinformation spreads. Don't do that. Also, don't talk to press or anyone who thinks they are press.
Oh yeah.
Call con support, and then they'll get the PR lead or someone in charge that can like talk to press about it. So please don't, if you're gonna like give an interview, don't be like, hey, let me call our PR person, and they'll give you the interview. Yeah. Don't talk to the media like at the con, and don't talk to the media after the con. Like, literally, people that I know have been in this room when I gave this speech, like a month after con. It's like, yeah, at a con I was totally at all this stuff happened. It was like on Horse News or whatever, and I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, I know you heard the speech. Just don't. Like, there's no benefit. BABSCon, there's only one name on the door, and it's BABSCon. It's not FableCon. It's not Simon Con. It's not Sonia Con. It is BABSCon.
You want to do Simon Con.
If you do something or you spread something that gives BABSCon a negative view, or you're trying to tear someone down and say, oh, I can't believe this person did this at BABSCon, that may look bad on the person, but also just looks bad on BABSCon. So please don't do that. People think that conventions are big pillars of the community that'll never go away, but that's not true. Part of it is, obviously people need to come. If people don't come, it stops because we don't have the money to continue. But the second thing is just straight up what's the word? Our reputation. Thank you. I was like professionalism. No, our reputation is the biggest thing that we have. So please don't do anything to tarnish the reputation because then we won't be able to have PonyCons anymore, and nobody wants that. So please don't do that. Don't spread drama. Don't talk to people about drama. Keep it to yourself. Obviously, if you're like involved in something's going on at the con, you're involved. Like, yeah, talk to people about it. Like, oh, Simon, we need to kick someone out because they're faking a badge or something. But don't be like, oh, can you believe yesterday this person faked a badge, we had to kick him out? No, that's not cool. Please don't do that. Just please don't.
Actually, with that, if you see me pulling a badge, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want you to tell anyone I pulled a badge. It's once again, like I said earlier, you're not part of that scene. Don't be part of the scene. Don't come into my scene. All right? Just, it doesn't pertain to you. Please respect that. You know, we have our reasons. I'm not going to tell you what's going on because this person has privacy rights too. Even if I'm taking the badge away and kicking them out, it's still have privacy rights. It doesn't involve you. The other thing I want to put out there, you're all sitting there hanging out, and here comes Channel 4 with the camera, the announcer, things like that. Hey, what do you know about these brony folks?
Nope.
Oh, hey, you know,
Let
camera.
me get you my PR guy.
Yeah. Who are we gonna call?
Call us.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna
I don't. I don't think I've ever seen any media news like that here uninvited. I do know at the FurCons we would get them. They would just show up and start wandering the halls with the camera, you know, making up their stuff. Yes.
At SAC Anime 2 seasons ago, we had this highly religious person, kind of like one of those ones that stands out on the street corner condemning everyone for this and that and everything else. He had a video recorder. He set himself up on the sidewalk and was trying to improv interview people at the convention.
Oh, okay, so he's out here?
Yeah.
You might want to turn up. So unfortunately, he's on the public sidewalk. You can do what you want.
So, working Fanime for 13 years, I've seen protesters every single year.
Yeah.
Don't talk to them. They are recording for legal purposes. They want to instigate problems.
They want
Just
conflict.
ignore them, call Conops, and I'll call Flair.
Yep.
Just be a
Yeah.
Don't feed the drama llama.
Don't feed the drama llama. And don't be that guy who went out in his kilt in front of the who's in church there? Westboro Church. Yeah, wearing his kilt and bagpipes, marching up and down with cooler and stop. Don't be that guy. Yes.
Don't give us ideas either.
Basically, the way I view media is within the furry community, even at furry conventions, they always say, please avoid the media, because the media likes to take things and turn it around. Like, the furry community has a bad reputation because everybody thinks that we're into, kinky stuff. And that's all that the furry is. And we're like, no. Because you'll end up getting that one person who will be like, oh, I want to be on TV, I want to be on TV, and then they end up saying something that turns it around. And that's basically why we say avoid the media.
Yep.
Because
Exactly.
they can come out.
All media.
Even though you have good intentions, sometimes they turn out bad.
Yep. Yes. Let our PR guys do it. They know what to say. They know what to do. They know how to act in front of the camera. There's a reason we like these guys, and they're doing that particular job. Remember, the media is out to sell airtime. Okay? They want something cool that's going to get people to watch and or listen to their show. And weird and sex both sell real well. Okay? So that's what they're actually fishing for. Unfortunately, I hate to bash them like this. We suffer from it in fire service. We have to if I'm out there doing something and I got my radio system set up and stuff and I got media there, I'm not talking to these guys. I got public information officer. He's right over there. Go talk to them. They are the official word of this fire. Yes.
Okay, so I do a children's haunt in Fremont, the
Okay.
Ghost House, Candlelighter Ghost House. One year, Channel 7 News came up there and was doing a video thing talking about child molesters. Right in front of the Ghost House, which is where, for those of you who don't know, this is a haunt geared for the under 10. This is a charity that they put on every year. This has been, now it's 52 years. One of the candlelighters, the ladies that put this on, got pissed at Channel 7. So they came back up and they did a PR thing about, to correct their mistake about the Ghost House. I'm just, it's all location. Because they were making it look like that these guys hang out up at the Ghost House waiting for their,
Well, here's the problem with that, though. Okay, so someone will go out there, they'll put misinformation out, either intentionally or unintentionally. People will totally hear and latch on that misinformation. When you go back and correct it, say, yeah, no, we weren't right. No one heard that or wants to hear that. They're just going to hang on to the misinformation. Don't be the misinformation. And help us prevent the misinformation by letting us know when the media shows up so we can get our appropriate people out there, not me, to answer their questions and make us sound like the group we really are. And we're a fun-loving, very friendly group. And I'm actually very proud of the pony community. Like I said, I've done a lot of other cons. I know you've done a lot of other cons too. And all in all, we don't have problems here. Blair likes to come to our convention because it's a vacation for them. It really is. And it's because we have good people like you going with the theme of the show, Friendship is Magic, okay, to make this an enjoyable event for everybody. So please keep that up. I'm kind of running out of things to say.
Any media that comes to con, particularly this year especially, are like heavily vetted. So like if they have a press badge or anything resembling that, we know they're there. But they also know the rules where like you don't interview attendees. They know the rules, and if they're breaking the rules, then they're not coming back.
Yeah.
The only people that like would be great to have, but would be unexpected is like if Channel 7 or whatever, CNN comes and they're like, hey, there's this pony convention, and it's like, whoa, we didn't know you were coming. Then it's like, get the PR people on the horn and we'll set up like, oh, of course, here, come talk to the events and programming director. Oh, come talk to the chair. Oh, here's the thing. Like we'll red carpet them in so that we can make sure that they have the right experience for their story. But the same rules apply. Please don't be interviewed by CNN or whatever about BABSCon. That is our PR and marketing department's job.
Yeah. Now, what if you're walking along and you see some dude with this really nice looking camera? Is that guy media?
Yeah.
No.
If he's got a professional camera, you can be considered media and be told to go to press social media department.
I own a professional camera. I own two. I love photography. I'm very good at it.
Just because you own a DSLR does not mean you're press.
Yeah. So be leery about these people. I would, once again, if I saw someone with a really awesome camera setup, or two cameras, I usually carry two.
Hi, can I see?
No. See, now you get into the
Hey, how's the phone go?
Oh, yeah. Let con ops know, and they might ask one of the execs to pop down and talk to them. I like talking to them. I usually start out with, "Whoa, those cool lenses. What are you shooting?" And we'll talk camera shop, and I'll be able to pull off information off of them that way. I like cameras. Yes.
So what if you see somebody who has a really nice camera, DSLR, and they're oddly placed downstairs taking pictures of people upstairs, and you have glass that people are leaning against, and they're doing something that's pretty inappropriate? What do you do?
All right, so for those who maybe didn't hear, so you got the guy who has that nice DSLR, that's a nice fancy camera, maybe a really good lens, it's kind of long, and they are sitting somewhere where they can get views that probably aren't right, like at the base of the escalators or up by by the things, and yeah, or they're quietly taking a lot of pictures of sacred kids.
Oh my. On ops.
There you go.
Immediately, description as well.
Yep.
That way we
Description,
can-
location. Okay, and let us know, because Blair and a few of us are going to go have a little discussion about who you are really. We haven't had it at this con yet. At least I know of. Knock on a bunch of wood.
What do we have?
Creepers with cameras.
Yeah. Creepers always have good cameras. Actually, that's a fantastic idea. I mean, no,
there was a guy with the remote control car that we kind of suspected that that's what they were doing with it, but we couldn't prove it.
You couldn't really prove it. At that point, I think the conversation would be, oh, it's a cool thing, but it's a tripping hazard. I did, yeah. Actually, I was at a ham radio event, and they really did have a remote control car, but it wasn't looking up, it was looking out. And the screen was so everybody could see everybody's ankles. It was kind of just to prove they could do it. It was all through amateur radio stuff. Yeah. So.
At FurCon 1 year, some guy had a remote control car, and it had a camera so that the car could see where it was going, and he had the app on his phone, and he was over there, so he just looked like somebody messing with their smartphone. But what he was doing was driving the car around the Marriott lobby, and furs were falling all over themselves playing with it because toy. And that's kind of okay, but make sure that he's aware that it's a potential tripping hazard.
What about the guy sitting out here flying his drone, getting those really cool drone pictures?
Drones aren't allowed in a hotel.
We had that in the hotel anyway, but call ConOps.
Yep.
Somebody
Call ConOps.
walking in the door with a bunch of helium balloons.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. No helium balloons, and just generally no balloons in general on con space, please. The atrium is canopied, and if the helium balloon gets up there, they're gonna charge us like tons of money to like get the fire department to bring it down.
What do you mean? I got a BB gun. I'll get it.
Yeah, right.
How do you get that in the
Not even a
hotel?
good idea. So
that would have to be responsible.
no balloons in general, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so the rule of thumb is no balloons, okay? Especially helium ones. No drones. You cannot fly in this hotel. No flying Pegasus. I don't want to see them launched, even though we did talk about launching one. Never mind. And there was a comment about a trebuchet in Slack. No. As much as I'd like to see it.
That was Nocti trying to launch himself here to this meeting. That was Nocti trying to launch himself here to this meeting.
What was that?
Nocti was making a joke about how to get to the
Yeah, I
meeting.
know. Yeah, I know. Actually, I think a trebuchet would be awesome.
Don't encourage it.
Pinky
please.
cannons are allowed, but only by staff, certified staff.
You mean the party cannon?
Party cannon. Yes.
Yeah, I literally have a party cannon.
Don't make a big mess.
So for some staff that are new, what kind of privileges do I have as staff? Can I cut in front of all of the every lines that ever existed?
No.
Sadly not. Sorry.
Okay, so privileges you get as staff.
Staff is.
All right, you get to work like a slave. No, I'm.
Like a horse.
Like a horse.
Like a horse?
You can work like a horse. Yes.
Work like a pony.
All right. As staff, of course, you get a nice badge. You're getting in for free. You get yourself a T-shirt. Okay.
Depends on when you signed up.
You get to be part of a really fun team.
Family?
Oh yeah.
Family?
Babs fam.
Oh, our family. You can be part of the BABSCon family, which is really cool.
Once a member, always a member.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, no, you're part of the family. We'll break your kneecaps. No. Yeah, but you do not get to cut in front of lines. You do not get to barge into certain events. You can't go to the Brony Chef for free.
No.
Yeah. And we ask that you don't do those things because if you're sitting there in your staff stuff going, I'm staff, and barging ahead, guess what that looks like to all the attendees you just pushed out of the way? Bad. And what's all those attendees going to do to their Twitter feed?
Light up. Oh, yeah.
Gonna light up. And who's going to come out of the little cage? The Drama Llama. You just released it, and you're letting it run freely throughout our con. No, don't.
It needs to live in
Okay. However, if there is something you want to see or want to do, talk to your leads. Okay. We have tried to set up on occasion. I don't know if we'll be able to this year. Certain times when certain staff can go do specific things with people. You know, so we tried to take care of you guys as best we can. Yeah.
Food. And food.
So.
Also, a special thing is backstage of the main stage. Sometimes we do have like certain staffers go back there if they are like stage staff or production staff. Generally, and then I know for like beginning ceremonies, sometimes we have some execs on there. At the end, sometimes we do invite the execs on stage, and possibly some leads or whatever. But generally, if you're not supposed to be backstage, please don't go backstage. It's really hard. One, it's hard to see, and two, when we have like, oh, here are our guests of honor, and we're gonna like announce them during the opening ceremonies. It gets really crowded back there. It's a big space, but it's not that big. So please, if you're not supposed to be backstage, don't be backstage.
Actually,
if you are invited backstage, like by someone with an exec badge or something, then that's fine. But like, you'll know. Like, if you don't think you need to be there, please don't be there.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard.
And that rule can apply everywhere.
They flip
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't go into other people's job and work areas. Okay. If you don't need to be there, their area is probably busy. You know, like con ops can get nuts. You just don't need to hang out with Flair. They probably won't let you. HR's room is small and busy. You know, yeah. So yeah, if you don't need to be there, don't. Okay. Please help us out with that. Yeah. Now, if you're there to work, it's your workspace, do be there.
It's the recruit.
But don't go out and hang out in the autograph room or whatever. You know, it just makes it harder for the rest of us to do our jobs.
And just because you're a department head does not mean you can like just hang out in con ops. I will kick you out.
Yeah.
She will. She kicked me out.
I did. Anytime.
I haven't kicked out before. It's great.
So, okay. Anything else you can think of?
Actually, I noticed for Silver Span Salon that it says each guest is only allowed to go to one of these sessions. That applies to us as well, right? The staff.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
The Silver Span Salon, each guest is only allowed one session throughout the entire con. That applies.
Yeah, I would assume that would apply to
The
staff
only way
as
you can
well.
go to more than one is if you were the one that like, paid for one and set one up.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
No, you have the one that you're guaranteed to get into, but then you can put down other options of, hey, I want to go to this one as well, but it's my second option. And you might get into that.
We're talking about Silver Span Salon?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're only allowed one definitively, right?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, a lot of people want to be at them, so we typically like it's sort of like one per person. But obviously, if you really want to go to this one that's really popular and this one that's like less popular, and you're the only one that wants to go, yeah, we'll let you in the second one because you're the other one.
But you gotta
it's
remember,
like a ranked. It's a ranked preference. It's like ranked voting.
Okay. So
it's also
based on, you gotta remember it's attendees get hey, listen up. Attendees get priority over any of us as staff. You have to keep that in mind.
That's what Nan said.
If you get bumped
galactic
for
or
something,
like assured,
don't
like
feel
it's based
bad.
on when they got their badge too, I think.
Okay. So we brought up a good point here where for Silver Span Salon, it's not just like when you signed up, but it's also like your badge tier 2. I think tier probably plays into account. Although there's only like 12, or not even now, like 10 galactic tier people, so most not every galactic tier is gonna want to go to your one Silver Span Salon, so it should be fine. But yeah, I'm sure there's ranking options. But either way, when you sign up for a Silver Span Salon, you will be notified which ones you get into.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
that's it.
Zoom ahead.
Bless you.
Something that I wanted to say earlier but I forgot, and this is about when you're talking to attendees or when you're talking to other staff, things like that. Be kind, be courteous. You're here to represent BABSCon. The integrity of BABSCon is like the integrity of its staff. And here's like a life pro tip from Fable that that works both in con and also in life too. Oftentimes people won't remember what you said, but they will remember how you made them feel. So always be aware of that. Use kind words, use kind tones. We're here to be staff and be helpful and to run a fun con, so please do that.
Yeah.
And don't release the drama on me.
Just anecdote, because I'm full of those. I once worked, not here, but back-to-back shifts because we were spread too thin, and there was just this one thing that kind of tipped me over the edge. And when the attendee came up and asked something that was just like, really, you're asking this? I just kind of paused, giggled, because that's how I deal with stress, and then said, I can't help you with that right now, but if you wait 5 minutes, there's somebody here much more capable than I am. Which, they were really frustrated because something wasn't going well for them, but when they saw, oh, she's dealing with something too, there was a 100% change in their demeanor, and okay, we cool. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. Have a little faith.
A little bit. Yeah. Now, how about this? Major, oh my gosh, you're looking so stressed here. Let me give you a hug.
No.
Now, do we do that?
No.
No.
None this day and age of coronavirus.
Because you will get that exact same reaction. I don't touch me without asking, and 99% of the time it's like,
Consent
no, don't
is
hug me.
everything.
Yeah.
Just don't touch.
No.
Okay?
Yeah. Also, coronavirus, like don't.
Yeah, just don't
Stop
touch.
it. There's even more reason to not hug people.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay? So it can be a very touchy community. Okay? I've been hugged by attendees more than once. I don't know why. Oh, Simon, guys can do. FurCon can get that way too. Used to.
And so we still have that. We still have little kids because they're little kids and they're like, ooh, giant fluffy teddy bear. So that's why we have the handlers.
Yeah.
And we get there, and we also have the rule because sometimes if you get people that touchy and you're not touching in the right spot, you don't know where you're touching because there's a human in there. So we do get that, but that's why we have handlers to like, hey, it's okay to hug, and that's why if you're dealing with a little kid, it's best to get down to their level and be like, it's okay to hug.
It's okay to hug. Yeah.
Always ask because you don't know that their anxiety level. You don't know like what's
I can't
going
count
on.
how many times I've actually wore my fursuit, and this actually was a problem for me. I do not like it when people, because again, it falls under, not many people understand that it has limited vision. I literally had somebody, I was walking and I had my fursuit hat on, and they just went like this in front of me, and I literally almost ran into them.
Yeah.
Or they'll just run up behind you and just tackle you, and I'm just like, hey, no, not okay.
I almost got taken out by a little kid. Come on, grab my leg. Yeah. Okay, so how about, so we aren't going to hug. How about the, oh, Major, you're so cool. Here. No. Okay.
I don't like pictures anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Photo needs consent as
Okay,
well.
so be courteous when you're doing your stuff. You know, hey, that's an awesome person. Can I get a selfie with you?
Sure.
All right, yeah. You know, don't. And if you see attendees that are being aggressive like that, please remind them politely that there is a real, honest to God person in that thing, and you might want to ask.
Respectful.
Okay. Next one. This one actually happened to me. You're wandering through the con, and right by you is one of our guests of honor. In my case, it was Peter New. There was no handler. There was no VIPR. There was nothing. He just wandered by me. In fact, I almost didn't recognize him.
Awesome. Peter New was
Yeah.
Peter New.
So now what do? Peter New is running loose in your con.
As somebody who worked for guest relations for SAC Anime, you let them do their thing.
Yeah.
They're off to enjoy the con too. They don't always need somebody holding their hand. Because I've been told by like Chris Patton, oh no, I just want to take my boyfriend and we're gonna go to dealers hall. And be like, okay, bye, have fun. Like, I'm not here to babysit you permanently. Like, leave them alone, dude. They want to have fun too.
Yeah.
Or the staff, or just only help.
VIPR.
If we have to.
I mean, I would keep an eye on, like, if he's heading towards the vendor hall, I'd be like, okay, he's heading towards vendor hall. Might take a note, might tell, like, somebody via Slack, but I'm not going to follow him.
Yeah. VIPR has like handlers and stuff for those reasons. So unless they're like doing something crazy is happening,
Something
you don't
crazy.
need to worry
Didn't
about it.
you guys take Peter New to the black hole? That was pretty
Oh
crazy.
yeah, the guests of honor always like to check out the con.
Beat the drama llama.
Yeah.
There was something that happened with Peter New, and that
We
may
don't
have been
need to
part
bring
of
that
the
up.
reason why he did not.
We don't
have-
know. We
We don't care.
We
don't
don't
want to know.
We don't know. We don't
Not my
care.
problem.
No drama llamas.
No drama, llama.
I literally just said that. Please don't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I actually really did run into
Sorry.
Peter New in the restroom. Okay.
What was
That's
nice-
also the most inappropriate time to ask for a selfie.
What was nice for me is I was sitting at Infodesk last year when Maurice walked by, and I was like, "Hey, you made my childhood," and that was basically all I said to him, and he was like, "Cool," and kept going.
Yeah,
But he was with his handler, but,
Yeah.
you know.
Now, if I see someone wandering around, just me personally, I might let the IPR know that, hey, I just saw so-and-so, just so you know, you keep tabs on them, because our guests of honor do have a schedule to keep,
Yeah.
and just want to make sure they are keeping to the schedule. But, yeah, so, you might see that. But, I was in Consport, one of our writers, I forget, Charlotte, came in. I'm just standing there having a conversation. Since she's a writer, we don't see her. I didn't look at guidebook because I'm naughty. I had no idea who I was talking to. But that's okay. We had a great conversation. It wasn't until much after that you know who you were talking to? No. Yeah, so. All right.
I think if no one else has any questions or
I think we're good.
clarifications or things, I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right.
There don't seem to be any other questions on the.
Come to BABSCon.
On the.
By the way, come to Babs.
Yeah, by the way, come to BABSCon.
A certain person needs to come to BABSCon, and he's watching right now.
Oh really? Wait, that seems like a personal thing. Is it? Go.
Hi, Rob.
Come to BABSCon. Okay.
Oh yeah, wait. Before the live stream goes off.
Yeah.
No, the message that just popped up.
Let me see. Everything's always happening. Oh yeah. Okay, that's right. I put it in my notes and I was like, well, talk about that later.
Which one?
Is there going to be live on camera right now? Totally not prepared at all, and I'm serious about that. I'm not even being facetious. Is there going to be a staff barbecue?
No one's okay.
And when would it be?
We haven't set a time,
Okay.
and unfortunately, my March schedule is very full.
Okay.
So we're starting to roll into fire season and a few other things. So I'm not 100% sure if I could pull one off.
Okay.
But
Worst case scenario, I think it would be cool, maybe like an after barbecue or something.
after barbecue, we could probably totally do.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit easier. It's a little farther
Sounds
out.
good.
If we do one, it'll be on a Sunday, and it'll probably be kind of short notice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, so just letting you know.
And hopefully it won't be raining. Well, we
sometimes-
need to rain, but yeah.
Every once in a while we do like staff barbecues and stuff. We wanted to do one before con. We'll see if that happens, but we'll let you know. But definitely after we'll do something. I remember the after party was at my place 2 years ago, so we'll see how.
Speaking of after parties, is anyone going to Max's?
Oh yeah.
Because that's one thing that you get to do if you come to these meetings. You get to go to Max's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you guys run
1,
in,
2,
because I wanna go
3,
home.
4, 5.
To go.
I haven't made up my mind
To
yet.
go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Off and on.
Haven't made up my mind.
If you say it right.
All right, who's going to Max's?
Hey!
I'm hungry.
Yeah, some of this.
All right, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
where is
7, 8, 9.
Hey, Babs streamers, you're listening to Fable Charm Radio. While everyone else is doing their thing over there, they're worrying about going to Max's, which is the place we eat at for all the live streams. If you want to eat at Max's with us and have super a lot of fun. Please come to the in-person meetings. But if not, that'll conclude the live stream this time. So thanks for joining us, BAB streamers. If you have any other questions or things that you feel we should have maybe brought up in this, what is it now, like 3 hour long, 2 hour, 49-minute long live stream, please leave some comments. We'll make sure that each successive one is, we'll try to make it better. So we'll be more succinct next time and stuff. But thank you for joining us. If you've watched this live stream in full, you are sufficiently trained to be staff at BABSCon. So thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day. We'll hopefully see you at some next meetings, but if not, we'll see you in April at BABSCon.
Over and out.
Over, yeah, exactly. Over and out.